Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines as we get set for tonight's Iowa High School Athletic Association 2026 State Semifinals. I'm Russ W. Oker, honored to be on. ...97 pounds in 2015. We've got an exciting night of wrestling, guys. For the first time, 4 mats dedicated to the semifinals. All 3 classes will wrestle in this session tonight. This place is packed. It has a little bit of a feel of the finals night. Of course, there's nothing like Saturday night, but this should give these guys a little bit better idea what tomorrow night's going to feel like if they're lucky enough to get there. So I want to ask you guys to share your memories of your experience the first time that you wrestled in the semifinals.
You know, the big thing for these wrestlers tonight is they've got to take this one match at a time, just like what they've done to get here to this point. It's important they don't think about tomorrow night. They're not worrying about tomorrow night. They've got to worry about what's in front of them, and that's their semifinals opponent. They really need to get out there, wrestle their best match, and I'm excited for a great night of wrestling.
All right, Kyvan, I'm sure you've got some great memories.
Yeah, my first memory as a sophomore, making the semifinals, I was super excited, encouraged to be in that moment, and really just wanted to focus on executing and being intelligent about the details. And I think I was able to do that, and I'm excited to see these young men go out there tonight and do those same things.
Well, I know you guys are fired up. I'm fired up. We're just about ready for wrestling action. We have 2 guys that are trying to get their 4th state title here, and of course, it all starts tonight for them. They've got to get to tomorrow night first. When we come back, the wrestling action will be underway here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a 5th-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Tom Keating, Executive Director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We're excited to have you join us for our State Wrestling Championships.
As title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools fuel strong futures.
Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements. They are committed to your success, helping our organization provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering from home, we all play a role in making our state shine. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa High School Athletic Association,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
What does commitment mean? To protect what's important? To invest in the future? It means providing peace of mind. It's what reliable people do. It's what local banks do. Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are proud to be trusted partners in building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Hello, and thank you for watching Iowa High School Athletic Association Championships. I am Communications Director Chris Cuellar, joined again today by President and CEO of ISL Education Lending, Steve McCullough. Steve, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Steve, what can you tell us about ISL Education Lending as Iowa's nonprofit student loan lender?
Well, our purpose is to help students and parents succeed in education and careers after high school. We offer low-cost private student loans under the name ISL Education Lending. We also offer scholarships and planning tools to help students and parents make wise choices about college.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers just heard scholarships. Student athletes might have heard scholarships. What can you tell me about that?
Well, between now and April 3rd, high school students, college students, and their parents can register to win one of 45 $1,000 scholarships. To register, scan the QR code on the video board or visit our website.
Anything else people should know about ISL Education Lending and the resources you have?
We just launched a new scholarship search tool called Step 1 Scholarship Search. It's free to use and it's personalized so you can find scholarships that are a match to you. Now, to use this tool or any of our other tools, learn about our scholarships or our low-cost private student loans, go to iowastudentloan.org.
Excellent. Steve, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to ISL Education Lending for being a part of the Athletic Association's championships.
Thank you.
Rest of Yoker, Chad Zabito, Kyvan Gatson set for the action here for the semifinal round. We're excited. I hope you're excited as well. Kyvan, what are you most looking forward to tonight? What can the fans expect to see?
I think you're expecting to see just young men out there eager to show themselves and show the effort, energy. The support from the community is always something that's been impactful for me. When you see the Casey Center filled up, you're like, everyone came. These small towns, they get shut down, right? And everyone comes here, and so that's just amazing.
It is electric in here tonight, and we're ready for action. 106-pound weight class semifinal matchups are brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa. And Musco Lighting bringing us our 113-pound matches. And we are underway here at the Case in Des Moines, Iowa. Out there at 106 pounds, Martin and Lester, Nelson and Wubker, and at 113 pounds, Belinsky and Morrow and Burton and Mays.
I think over here on mat number 6, we've seen Ian Mays go out of Brady Burton 3-0 with a quick takedown, and he's riding him tough with a chicken wing right now. He's really looking for a turn pretty hard here in the first period.
Yeah, and Wubker jumped out to a really early takedown and then got some back points with a beautiful bar arm and is up 7-0. On that mat 3, Martin jumped out to an early takedown and then gave a quick escape, and these guys are off to a fast start.
Yeah, you know, there's some incredible records out here. A lot of these kids have had a lot of matches this season with not a lot of losses, and I think we're really going to see some guys in a dogfight to make it to the finals.
Well, Wubker came out ready to go for sure. He's up 11-0 now.
Yeah, that's going to be it. He's going to get a quick tech fall, 15-0, with 50 seconds left to spare. So that was an amazing show by Wubker, and he's going to be moving on to the state finals.
We're still 0-0 here over on mat 5 with Caden Belinsky and Connor Morrows in on a shot here. We don't have any takedown yet, though. We got a little bit of a scramble going on. I'm not sure. It looks like they both have a chance of scoring a point here. We'll see how this scramble comes out.
On mat number 6 now, Mays up 7-2. Mays out of Waco Wayland. Wubker, by the way, out of South Central Calhoun, the first guy to officially punch his ticket to the finals this year. It's Wubker out of South Central Calhoun.
Yeah, we're seeing Ian Mays over here with 7-2, and it looks like he was maybe going to get some back points there again, and he didn't quite get a 2 count. So up 7-2 going into the second period. And over there on mat number 5, Belinsky and Morrow, it's still 0-0. We've had some good scrambles over here, but no one's been able to capitalize and get the takedown just yet.
Yeah, Martin's going really tough on top. This Don Bosco contingent is actually really amazing. We talked earlier, and you were saying that they have won
7 state titles in a row.
Yeah,
they're going for their 8th state title this year. That's quite a dynasty they've got going down there in Don Bosco right now, that's for sure. And they've traditionally always been really tough in wrestling, and they just keep building on it right now.
Yep, and Hendrik Schwab jumped out to an early takedown, and now he's looking for back points. His brother's going to be wrestling a little bit later as well.
Yep, and obviously we know that Schwab name. That's been around wrestling in Iowa as long as I can remember.
Definitely some of the top-tier talent for sure in the state, and they've always been amazing.
And I think that their dad, Doug, is doing pretty good over there at UNI, and I know we've got a few wrestlers here committed to go wrestling for him this year and the next couple of years.
Yeah, that Panther train is really moving along, really strong. I just saw their mom, Allison, down there taking photos. She's an amazing videographer, does amazing stuff for the sport.
Mays has jumped out 10-3 over here on mat number 6. He's still riding that chicken wing and keeping a lot of pressure on him, keeping him down, not allowing Brady Burton to build a lot. He's been able to get a reversal and escape so far, and that's kind of been his only point. So.
And on that mat 3, Martin jumped to another takedown, doing a really good job of getting that lateral motion going and being able to fire off those attacks to that low ankle.
So Ian Mays ahead of Brady Burton on mat number 6, 10-3 right now. And Belinsky has jumped out to 6-0 lead over Connor Morrow on mat 5. And kind of getting a little offense going now. He's scored a couple of takedowns now, and he's doing a good job of keeping him down and riding him as well.
Belinsky was a champ at 106 last year and actually beat Ian Mays in that championship match, both out there on the mat right now. And Hendrik Schwab was a state champ last year. He's out there at 120.
And I believe they said Belinsky's going to be going to Wartburg next year as well.
I think that was one of probably the coolest moments last year is when the brothers, Hendricks and Hayden went back-to-back, and they were able to celebrate together, like that's one of the cool things about this sport, but also can be that wedding, funeral type vibe if one of them doesn't get it done.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's and like I said, that Schwab family is no stranger to wrestling in the finals of this state tournament, that's for sure.
Ty Martin doing a great job over on mat 3, up 12-4.
We've got 3 Don Bosco wrestlers out there right now. They are well on their way to an 8th straight. We'll throw a little trivia out there early on for folks. They've won 7 in a row. Who was the last school other than Don Bosco to win it in the Class 1A?
So the last school to beat them was Lisbon High School back when Brad Smith was the coach, one of the great coaches in the history of Iowa wrestling. And he's a well-known name. Had taken multiple teams to this state championship on numerous occasions. So he's a well-known figure in Iowa High School Athletic Association wrestling, that's for sure.
Absolutely, Hall of Famer. Has everything under his belt. State team titles, traditional like we're watching right now, the duels, has the Hall of Fame, NCAA champion as well. Coach Smith has done it all.
Looks like Don Bosco's got 3 guys out wrestling right now. All of them are leading right now as well. So they're focused on getting to the finals tonight.
Well, Chad, you were on some of those teams where it's like each guy knows what we're here for, right? And you don't want to be the guy that doesn't perform. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I tell you, when I happened to wrestle at Iowa, we were national champs 3 years in a row, my sophomore, junior, and senior year. And well, you definitely hated to be the guy that didn't go out there and get a win, that's for sure. And it definitely puts a little pressure on you. I think these Don Bosco kids seem to not let that bother them. They seem to be out and wrestling like they should be. They're out there getting after it. They're being offensive, executing holds, and that's really important because you can't let that pressure get you so bound up that you don't go out and wrestle.
Right now with Belinsky up 9-0 and Mays up 15-3, we are well on our way to a rematch of the 106 final last year at 113 this year. And Mays, you guys know if somebody gets the better of you, I'm sure Mays has been looking for an opportunity to get back out there on Saturday night and get another shot at Belinsky.
I'm sure he's been training for that all year long, so that's for sure.
And Mays is going to win that. It looks like the final is going to be 15-3. He is going to move on to the finals. He won his quarterfinal 16-1 earlier today, so he was not tested much today.
And Belinsky, just 4 seconds left in this match. He's up 9-0. And it looks like there's the win of 9-0 or for Belinsky over Connor Morrow of Akron Westfield.
Belinsky, guys, was challenged by Gogol in the quarterfinal. He won that one 5-3, so he did get tested a little bit today.
Martin's going to be able to win in advance. He wins by major decision 13-4. Just did a great job. And then on the mat right next to him, his teammate is handling business with about 1 minute and 4 seconds left in that third period.
Our 120-pound matches tonight are brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery. And our 126-pound weight class semifinals are brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Over here on mat number 5, we're getting ready to start the match here with Hayden Schwab and Jack Border. I'm sure he wants to get out there and get a big win for Don Bosco as well, especially with his brother just picking up a win.
Hayden was the champ at 120 last year. He's committed to UNI. Wrestled for his dad.
And he goes out and Hayden gets a quick takedown, trying for a tilt right now, and it looks like he's getting back points, so he got a 3-0 lead and getting back points right now. Looks like he got 4 back points to jump out to a 7-0 lead for Schwab.
Hake looking for an opportunity to try to create something. He knows he's down, 15 seconds left, and just trying to figure something out. Schwab's been handling the pressure really well. And then we just started mat 3, Dyer versus Yoder. Dyer's ranked #1 in the state.
Over here on mat 6, we have Max Millage just pulled ahead of Cade Happel, 3-0. Happel's another name that's synonymous with wrestling. They've had a number of guys go on in wrestling college as well, between brothers, dad. So that's another family that knows a lot of wrestling.
Well, Millage in the quarterfinal today was up 4-3, and with 1 second on the clock, they called the locked hands and tied it at 4, sent it in overtime, but Millage got the takedown early in overtime to advance to this quarterfinal 7-4 in a win over Koopmans. Millage is out of Earlham.
Millage had him on his back just for a second. I think he got a count there. It looks like he got back points, and he's got him wrapped up in a cradle now.
Now wrestling your semifinal bout on mat number 4 at 132. Cooper Heights Jessup.
Millage has got some back points.
West Lyon.
I'm not sure how many they gave him. I couldn't see that call. Was 3. He got 4-point back points, so he's up 7-0 at the end of the first period. Yeah, Hayden Schwab's jumped out to 11-0 lead over there on mat number 5. He's really he's putting a lot of offense together over there for scoring points.
Yeah, we got a Michigan commit on the mat, Cooper Hines, on mat 4. He's able to collect a takedown, 3 points now, folks. Got to remember that for sure.
We saw Jessup. Chad and I were fortunate enough to call the team duels, the state tournament there, and Jessup gave Don Bosco all they wanted in that. It came down to the final match.
Yes,
they
did.
They did some jockeying around with the weight classes, but they gave them all they wanted in that one.
Yeah, they really they really did a great job. They stayed in there, and that was the one thing about the state duels. There was a lot of guys jumping around weights to try to see if they could come up with the best team, and it came close to working out for them there.
138 consolations. Trace Huseman.
Dyer up 3-1 on Yoder on mat 3, and Schwab continuing to dominate down there. Hayden Schwab over Jack Border, 11-0. We've seen guys, score early in this. Is that what you would have expected to see? Sometimes you think guys are going to come out, maybe be a little bit conservative, but guys have come out aggressive tonight.
I think most people's game plan is to get out there and try to score as quickly as they can. That sets the pace of the match, and you want to come out there and execute some holds, score some offense, get on the board quick, And that's obviously, that's most people's strategy. They want to get out there and get that done because it just helps mentally to give yourself a little boost to get ahead of your guy right off the beginning, right from the start of the match.
Yeah, especially with all that snow that came down yesterday. You get that snowball rolling, you get some points on the board, and everything it starts feeling a little bit easier. You feel a little bit smoother, a little bit more relaxed.
Some of these guys that are really kind of good at that, you notice they always try to get those points scored at the end of a period, or just whatever you can do to kind of get ahead a little bit, keep that momentum in your favor.
Millage 14-0. Trying to complete the tech fall here and maybe try and go right to the pinning position. He may get the pin here on mat 6, Millage. He got the near fall.
And he got the technical fall there over Cade Happel. Max Millage just punched his ticket to the finals. So Hayden Schwab also made it to the finals over there.
So that's set at 1A 126. It'll be Hayden Schwab of Don Bosco against Millage of Earlham. Max Millage.
Braden Sheffers jumps ahead of Regan over there on mat number 5. Got a takedown and a 2-point near fall to lead 5-0 right now. Got a minute left in the first period at 1:38.
Sheffers from Interstate 35. That's one of my favorite nicknames, the Road Runners.
Yeah.
Go out there and beep right through them.
132.
That's what. If I was a wrestler and I wrestled for I-35, that would be my trash talk when I beat you. I'd just look at you and go beep beep.
In today's viral culture, it would definitely work. It would definitely work.
So we've got over here on mat 6, we've got Sam Egan versus Riley Watts. Just getting started here in the first period, feeling each other out a little bit. No scores yet.
We're getting back active on mat 3. There was some time for blood. They had to clean some stuff up. And Cooper Hines is just doing a great job of controlling the ties, heavy hands.
We've got our first 132-pounder out there on mat 4, and our 132-pound semifinals are presented by Iowa Pork. We appreciate all the fine sponsors who make it possible for this coverage of the semifinal round. Finals tomorrow night on Iowa Public Television. Looking forward to that.
So over here at the end of the first period, Braden Sheffers, Interstate 35, up 5-0 over Hayden Riggin of Louisa Muscatine. And with a minute left in the first period, Riley Watts has got a takedown and is up 3-0 over Sam Egan. And it's riding him pretty tough right now. Got him broken down, not letting him do a lot from the bottom. I'd say they're going to probably make him definitely work on some turns here. Make sure each guy's got a little action going.
And Hines has been doing a good job of keeping that pressure moving forward and not allowing Bonson to really define that ground, right? He's continuing to march and move forward and pushing them to the edge and using that boundary to then snap and do runarounds up on mat 4. And then on mat 3, it's been a tight one. Only that first period takedown, and Dyer looking for another score. Nothing yet. And you're going to get a 3-point takedown right there from Dyer.
It's been a close match over there on mat number 3 until this third period. He's kind of opened it up a little bit. But, with this 3-point takedown, it's kind of misleading sometimes. You see a 7-1 match and you think maybe it wasn't that close. But this has been a close match this whole match.
Well, it shows how quickly things can turn too, because he just gave up that easier escape, and now if Yoder were able to come get a takedown, now it's a
right
takedown match, right?
Yeah, absolutely, he's right back in the match. That 3-point takedown has definitely changed things in wrestling for sure.
I've enjoyed watching the development, even at the kids level, just that 3-point takedown and how things can transpire really quickly.
I think sometimes in the team race, those extra points make a big deal. And that 3-point takedown, you can definitely score some extra bonus points pretty quickly. And also, you're amazed at how quickly somebody can get back in the match if they if they're behind with that three-point takedown.
Oh yeah, especially I've seen cardio or fatigue. Like they say, fatigue makes cowards of us all, right?
Yeah.
I've seen some fatigue hit people, and those takedowns start coming in that third period. You're like 3, and then there's an escape 3 again, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this really about to happen?
We've seen some incredible matches at the state dual championships where that happened, and it was back and forth, and we had saw some there was 40-some points scored in a couple of matches.
And Dyer's able to get that win, and he will be advancing to the 120-pound state finals, winning 6-8, and he will have Hendrik Schwab.
That is your 1 versus 2 at 120 pounds. Should be a great match tomorrow night.
So we just had Hayden Riggin over there was losing the match and ended up getting a fall to punch his ticket to the finals. Hayden Riggin, Louisa Muscatine, was down 5-0, and he was able to end up getting a pin in that match.
Well, it wasn't a takedown that got him back in the match, but it's like one of those things. Things happen really quickly at this state tournament.
It's not over until it's over, and that's one thing that you definitely see. We've seen a few people come from behind in this tournament so far this year, and there's a couple of guys that made it to the semis here tonight that were losing matches and picked up a fall. So,
well, wrestling, as much as any other sport, wrestling, boxing, anything where there's a pin or a knockout, it holds true more than any other sport. You can be down 14-0.
Yeah.
And it's not over.
That's right.
You still got a chance until that clock runs out.
What did they say in Dumb and Dumber? So you're telling me there's a chance? Like that's all you need, right?
That's all you need.
Now we've got a fall on mat 3 over here. Anderson out of Riverside Oakdale pins Thomason of Starmount.
We're getting ready to start over here on mat number 5. Dawson Youngblood is getting ready to wrestle Bryce Carroll from Cascade. Mat number 5. It's just getting going here in the first period.
Well, guys, our 138-pound semifinal matches are presented by Delta Dental of Iowa. Choose Delta, coverage from people who know what matters to Iowans. Delta Dental of Iowa.
Over here on mat 6, Riley Watts has jumped out to a 7-1 lead in the third period now over Sam Egan from Sumner Frederickson. Almost got a takedown there, but they were out of bounds. Youngblood jumps out to a 3-0 lead over here on mat number 5, and that's a kid who's had a great career. He's a 2-time state champion, going for his 3rd. He's obviously wanting to make sure he makes this, gets his ticket punched for the finals for tomorrow night. Committed to Iowa so at this point, and he seems like he's been a pretty focused wrestler from what we've seen of him this year.
Well, we're going to go back to 126 pounds. He was on and off the mat really before we got a great chance to talk about him. But Hayden Schwab is our Class 1A Musco Spotlight Wrestler. Musco Lighting is the official exclusive sports lighting provider of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And you talked a little bit about him, but what an impressive young man, Hayden Schwab. He went out, he's committed to UNI. When you watched him wrestle, Hayden, what do you like about what you see there?
You know, he's real offensive. He gets out there, gets takedowns, and he's one of those guys that immediately turns a takedown into some near fall. He's really good at hitting some tilts, and it's very likely you see him get a takedown. He's going to jump out to a 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 lead because he's so good at kind of working right into a tilt. And
he's 32-0 after tonight's win, so he's having a dominating junior season. He's a state champ. Last year at 120 pounds, beat Liam Altfinger of Wilton, whom we'll see tonight. He's our Musco Spotlight wrestler at 126 pounds, Class 1A.
So over here on mat number 5.
Now up on mat number 1, consolations at 144.
I think they're holding off on that. We're going to be taking a break after the 144
break. Yeah, we'll take our break after
so
144, so they're not going to start anybody there.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get started on that. So Riley Watts up 10-2 over Sam Egan right now on mat number 6. And that just finished up. So 10-2 win for Riley Watts.
And our 144-pound weight class matches are presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Still got one match out here with Blake Rose and Caden Lang, 0-0 over here on mat number 3. This will be the final match here before we take a little break.
We're almost halfway through this 1A semifinal round.
These matches, I love this setup. Like it gets you going, and it's like boom, boom, boom. It's just the action is nonstop. It's amazing.
There's so much action, it's really hard to keep up with it with all these mats going. I mean, we've got 4 mats of semifinal matches. Obviously, on the outside of that, we've got consolations going on as well. So there's just a lot of great wrestling going on.
Well, a little bit earlier, we saw the team scores come across, right? You got Don Bosco in first with 151.5 and Jessup in second. And they're almost double the score of Jessup, but they're only 15 to 20 miles apart. Jessup and wow, it's just amazing how much collective community great wrestling is in that Northeast Iowa area.
Well, there must be something in the water up there because they're right down the road from each other. And can you imagine if that was together as one team?
Oh, man.
Well, Don Bosco beat Dowling this year in a duel. If it
Wow.
tells you anything about Don Bosco, Class 1A.
Yeah, at Dowling. Yeah, they did that at Dowling.
We got a great one here to finish the first half of our 1A as Rolson and Lang, no score with 16 seconds to go in the opening period.
Coach Ordner doing a great job at Don Bosco, and he's been at a few different stops, but he's also been a Division III college coach, right? Like, he understands what it takes at all levels to build a program, to get community engagement, to get community buy-in, the families, the support. That's all the things that maybe people don't immediately see, but that's the thing that propels, these teams forward.
Well, I was interested. You guys were talking earlier today before we went on the air about your college experience and how that freshman year you get humbled pretty quick when you hit the wrestling room.
And nowadays we see some of these kids coming in out of high school into college, and they're starting off with some pretty incredible careers. I think they have so much exposure these days. They're getting so many matches. I was telling these guys earlier that we probably didn't get quite as much exposure. I remember I thought it was pretty neat to go to a neighboring state at that point in my career, and you went into the college wrestling room, and it was pretty unusual for somebody to kind of step right out on the mat and do well. And when I happened to come into Iowa, we had a lot of guys that were training for the Olympics and had been Olympians, and it was a pretty humbling experience after you hadn't lost a match for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's those RTCs, regional training centers, the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, Cyclone Regional Training Center, also the UNI Panther Wrestling Club. Those opportunities give these high school age, middle school age student athletes an opportunity to get into the room at 13, 14 years old. And that's kind of what they've been doing overseas for a long time. Everyone trains together. And so when you're 13, you're training with a 20-year-old Olympian, and you don't have any choice but to get better, right? Or quit.
And it's been great for our international competition in this country for sure. You're definitely seeing some incredible wrestling on that level from our U.S. athletes. We're in on a shot here now over here, and it's not only 17 seconds left in the match.
In the second period.
In the second period, yes.
This is a 6-7 seed matchup as well. So just looking at the seeding, bit of an upset for both of these guys. But
that's the one thing you look at some of these brackets, and it's some of these kids got a few losses, but they're out there just wrestling some of the toughest kids in the state all year long, and they've seen a lot of good competition. They're not afraid to get out there and wrestle, and that's what makes great matches.
All right, so Rolson up 1-0 going into the third period. And Caden Lang of Jessup will have the down position here and try to get the escape and get this thing tied up. This might be, so far, maybe our most contested match.
Yeah, it's definitely a close match, and they've been close to getting some scoring opportunities in this, but nobody's been able to capitalize on a takedown just yet.
And it flows back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Just like Caden doesn't want to be the guy that like he has his teammates that have been making the run. Just had another teammate make the finals. He's like, I want to be there with you. You know, like that healthy, competitive, caring nature. Like those things are super positive. Just the environment.
We've got 1:20 to go, and an escape for each wrestler is where we stand right now.
Lang's working that 2-on-1 tie, and he's kind of been close to getting in on the legs a couple of times, but Rosen's just been doing a great job of countering.
Chad, when you're in this situation, like a minute left, right, what are you thinking in your head?
You know, I think one of the biggest things they have to be thinking about is you got to chain wrestle. When one move isn't there, you got to move to the next move, because that's just the way it is. You get in higher levels of competition, you're not always just going to get in on a shot, finish that shot. You've got to chain wrestle, you've got to create some action, and you got to be able to flow from one move to the next until you can get that score.
39 seconds left now. Lang is in the lighter colored singlet and Rolson in the dark singlet.
I think everything stems from the hand fight, right? Short time, hand fighting. They're working for that inside tie. Doesn't look like anything's there, but maybe something in. Oh, my goodness. He got a little bit out of position there.
Yeah, he did, and you know they've been doing a great job of hand fighting. They definitely, I mean, we've seen a lot of trying to execute holds, but they just have not been able to get anything finished yet, and they're going to have to when it gets into. They're going into overtime here, and somebody's going to have to commit to some shots a little bit more, and you hate to let things come down to a tiebreaker situation.
See a good scramble there on the Hy-Vee replay, and we are going to overtime. Our first overtime of the semifinals. Yeah, Class 1A will be followed up by 2A, and in 3A we've got tons more wrestling coming your way tonight. Russ W. Oker, Chad Zappel, Kyban Gadsden on the call tonight from the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines.
In on a double, switches to a single, head inside. It's got to hit the corner right here.
He's been in on this same shot a couple times tonight. He hasn't been able to finish it yet, but he's getting close here. He's getting around behind him. He's got that ankle.
Nothing yet.
They're saying no score yet. Boy, he was really close. He was really close on that score and couldn't quite do it. He was trying to fight that out of bounds line.
And now Rolson.
He got to be aware right here.
Yep, he's got to. I tell you, this is a tough thing here. He's right on the edge of the mat, and these guys are trying to fight to not only fight this position, but fight that mat as well.
2 seconds.
And there is no takedown there, no takedown. I tell you what, they both were so close to scoring a takedown there and trying to fight that out of bounds line at the same time.
You know, that would be one, I don't know if you remember because obviously you were focused on wrestling, but I had the pleasure of watching a good portion of your college matches at Carver Hawkeye, and the PA guy, when you'd have something like that so close and then nothing would happen, he'd go, no points, with that booming voice. I always loved that.
I just love the scrap that's happening. Like, this is what the Iowa High School Athletic Association semifinals is about. This is what this tournament is about, kids trying to find themselves.
There's a 2-point reversal right there. So that's going to put him up by 3-1. 10 seconds left in the second overtime period. That's going to be big. That means that we go into that third period. Yeah. Lang's going to have to get in there and get some points scored.
Yeah, he's either got to get a reversal or he's got to get out in a hurry and get the takedown now.
I'm saying go neutral. Does he have a choice?
Yeah, he's going neutral. Yeah. He's going neutral.
That's good. That's good awareness. Some kids don't.
And you know what? He's really been close to scoring on some takedowns. But if he's going to win this, he's going to have to capitalize on that shot he's been using.
Yep, that chain wrestling. And I would maybe even suggest going one way because you've been peppering at that and then come back the other way. But he's going to have to go right now.
Yeah,
can't wait.
He doesn't have much time. He's got 19 seconds left in this match.
I haven't seen any stall warnings.
No, I haven't seen any skull warnings either.
Looks for a throw by. Oh, my goodness. He's on the leg again.
He's got 4 seconds.
He keeps getting to that position. I got to give it to Rosen. He has really been tough with that wizard today.
Man. What a match.
That was a great match. Rosen pulls the win 3-1 to punch his ticket to the finals tomorrow night.
where he will see Youngblood in the finals tomorrow night. Well, we're going to take a break. We've got lots more action coming your way here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
I'm Chris Cuellar, Communications Director at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We hope you're enjoying the competition our member schools are putting on today. At the Iowa High School Athletic Association, we're deeply grateful for the incredible support that makes this event possible, and no partner plays a more pivotal role than our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau. With me here today is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Good to be with you, Chris.
First off, I'd like to thank the Iowa Farm Bureau for being our sole title sponsor and a longtime supporter of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. With these games being a high point of the high school experience for so many student athletes, can you describe how Iowa Farm Bureau makes sure its sponsorship goes beyond the event itself?
The championships are an important moment, but we want our impact to last much longer. That's why we're proud to support them throughout the year through our work with the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Girls Union to sponsor concussion insurance at no cost for all boys and girls participating in the practice and play of all sports sanctioned by the organizations. It's an extremely important program and just one way that we feel we can help look out for the long-term well-being of student athletes. In addition to concussion coverage, the Iowa Farm Bureau is one of the state's largest scholarship providers, contributing over $250,000 in scholarships each year to Iowa's students. And knowing teachers play a critical role in shaping our students' futures, we also provide grant programs to help educators offset costs for much-needed education resources, helping to enhance classroom experiences in schools across Iowa.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Brent, and for your continued support of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Your partnership has been essential in helping us grow student services through recognition programs, grants, and scholarships. We truly appreciate your commitment to education-based activities and the students we serve across Iowa.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapito, Kyvan Gatson at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines, the semifinal round of our Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships. We move on to 150. Tonight's 150-pound weight class semifinal matchups are brought to you by Musco Lighting. Musco Lighting, the official and exclusive lighting partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. So here we go. Bradenburg and Linden will be out there, and Hoyt and Raymond at 150. And then our 157-pound matches, Peters and Wood and Sweden and Smith. And 157-pound matches brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery. We're ready to go. We're off and running again. We couldn't have asked for a better match to wrap up that first segment tonight with Rolson and Lang. Got some overtime action.
Great match. They really went at it. I mean, it was, both of those kids were so close to scoring at many different times throughout the match. It was really a great match, and you know, there's a lot of heartbreak for the loser there, but that winner is going to be in tomorrow night's big show, so I'm sure he's ready to go for that.
Well, mat number 5 has Tullywood and Boston Peters. Tullywood out of Corridon, Wayne Community, and Westwood Sloan for Peterson. Chad, we talked about it at the team duels a little bit with the young man who wrestles for Indianola. This is his brother. But Gary Wood, Tully's dad, is somebody that has had a big impact on your wrestling career.
You know, wrestling in Centerville, our coach was Mike Lupnick, great coach, and right down the road from us was Gary Wood at Sheraton, and I spent a lot of time in his room in the off season, and Gary went to a lot of off season stuff as well. So we definitely did a lot of training and technique with Gary over the years. He's got a couple of boys wrestling currently now, and he was definitely a big influence on me growing up.
Tully's got a tall challenge. Peters is the number 1 seed. He's 39-0 coming into this match, so he'll have his hands full, and he falls behind 3-0 there. Bradenburg and Linden. Bradenburg up 3-0 on Linden. Bradenburg out of Lake Mills, Linden out of Woodbury Central, and then Hoyt out of Iowa Valley Marengo, and Raymond out of St. Albert. No score there in Sweden. And Smith, No score in that one. That's on mat 6.
Boston Peters over there on mat 5. He just jumped out to a 6-0 lead. And is it Bradenburg or Brandenburg? I'm not sure how. You know how
Brandenburg. I think it is Brandenburg.
I believe it's Brandenburg.
Yeah,
He's
Brandenburg.
out to a 3-0 lead over there on mat number 1, and definitely had a great year so far this year. Hasn't had a loss, and sure he's definitely eyeing those finals. And just every one of these weights, you look up and down these weight classes, and there is just every bracket is just stacked with some really tough kids. So.
And they're all just looking, right? Like some of them have probably watched this tournament for the last, 10 years. Watch family, friends, again, the community show up, and they're just like, oh, this is my opportunity.
You talked about the community and talked about the cheerleaders a little bit too, and the school pride that you have. They were doing the chicken dance during one of the breaks, and they're showing all the different cheerleaders. It just adds to the environment. The pageantry here at the Iowa High School State Tournament is amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things that I've seen just from watching a little bit of stuff on social media there is the send-off that a lot of these schools gave these at their towns and their schools both, where these guys went through the halls of their schools and everybody's out cheering them on. Sometimes they get police escorts out of town. I mean, this is just it's a big deal for these towns to send their kids up here to state and see, how well they can compete against everybody else in the state.
Yeah, and then you have like the travel buses, those things. Man, it's just the amount of support. Everyone here at State has been supported, and I think that's one of the driving home factors for Iowa high school wrestling is that it's a support-based success system. If you made it here, you had support. If you win here, you had support. If you're in the middle, in between, you had support. So I think we got to give definitely a huge shout out to those people, those families, administrators for everything.
The other big thing about wrestling, and some of these kids are too young to even understand it now, but they'll realize at some point down the road, wrestling is a big family, and down the road, doesn't matter if it's on the opposing team. At any level of wrestling, wrestling becomes a big family, and you can go anywhere in the country with these ugly cauliflower ears that we have, and somebody's going to come talk to you about it.
Absolutely.
Well, I know when we walked over to get supper, we couldn't hardly go 5-10 feet, and somebody was stopping one of you two guys that either you wrestled against or wrestled with, or people that recognize you from your wrestling days.
So over here on mat number 5, Boston Peters is up 6-0 over Tully Wood in the second period here. He kind of jumped out to a quick lead, and then it's been not a lot of scoring action since then. And we're just about ready to round out this second period, and it's still a 6-0 match. They've been scrapping over there too. They've really been getting after it.
We got a real good one going on mat 6. Caleb Sweden of GTRA and Teague Smith of West Hancock Brett tied at 4 now in the second period with 52 seconds to go.
And Hoyt down on mat 4 is winning 3-0 against Raymond. And Raymond, the 18 seed, he beat this number 2 and 7. Hoyt just with a reversal right there, but he was doing really well, and Hoyt seems to maybe have the fire extinguisher out and calming that fire. But also on mat 3, Brandenburg still keeping that 4-0 lead intact.
Yeah, that's what's great about this tournament is people come in here. It doesn't matter what seed they are. It doesn't matter if they're willing to get out there and wrestle. You just see some incredible stories of, so maybe somebody roped somebody off and they come in here and just have a great 3 days, and you never know who's going to come out on top.
Raymond dominated in his quarterfinal over Groom from North Mahaska, 15-3. So impressive showing so far for the 18 seed, but he's got some work to do here against Hoyt.
And one thing I heard in his interview, he was talking about effort. He was really focused on, hey, I'm just going to give full effort and let the chips fall where they may. And I think that's one of the important things that we're seeing when these young people come out and compete is that if you focus on the effort, you focus on just being present, I think good things tend to happen. And if not, you get feedback on some things you might need to grow in and some areas you can change.
Here on mat 6, they're going to head to the third period. Smith up 5-4 on Sweden. We'll keep a close eye on that one.
I tell you, Sweden's going down here, so he gets an escape, and we're right at 5-5 again. This has been a close match all the way through, and we've got 2 minutes left here for these guys to decide it.
Hoyt was able to get the pin for the win, and so he'll be moving on to the 150-pound finals for tomorrow night.
You know, you said earlier, you just got to go out there and leave everything on the mat. You've got to go out there and know that you gave your best effort, and you know as well as I do. And unfortunately, you probably learn a lot more about your wrestling from your losses than you do from your wins sometimes. And you know, it's sometimes it takes that to grow a little bit too.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the one I took my sophomore year in the state finals against Derek St. John, someone that went on to win an NCAA title. And I just told my dad, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I was like, please, I'll do whatever you tell me to do as long as that never happens again. And we were able to do a lot of growth now that my ears opened up and I started listening.
You know, I same thing. My sophomore year, I lost to Tom Brands in the finals. Also went on to wrestle at Iowa, and it definitely makes you kind of go back to the drawing board, and you got to figure out what you got to keep doing.
Brandenburg punched his ticket to the finals, and he'll face Hoyt at 150 pounds in the Class 1A. Brandenburg out of Lake Mills is the 1 seed. Hoyt is the 6th seed out of Iowa Valley Marengo. That'll be your 150 final in the Class 1A.
So Smith goes ahead of Sweden down here 8-5. We had a 5-5 match, and he's able to score a takedown. So he goes out 8-5. We got 54 seconds left in this match, and these two are still getting after it.
Now wrestling mat number 5 at 175 semifinals.
We get some 165-pound weight classes coming out. And that class is brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association, presenting our 165-pound semifinal matches tonight.
8-6, Caleb Sweden gets a escape there, 42 seconds left. They're both on their feet. A takedown here could still keep Sweden in the match here, so he's going to have to get some offense going, though, if he wants to. It looks like Smith was close to getting a takedown there, but they're both still scrapping, and we got 20 seconds left in this match.
Smith from West Hancock, Brett, is in the red singlet. Well, Sweden's got to go now with 15 seconds left, trails by 2 there.
Counco up on mat 3, was able to get a takedown, and then we got an escape for Groom.
Stand ready.
Time's going to run out down here on match 6, so Smith will head to the finals to take on Peters at 157 pounds in the Class 1A. And that is 1 versus 2 there in that matchup.
Kubashek with a nice takedown right there, and they're in a scramble. Oh my goodness, these guys are wrestling. Escape from Cole.
So over here on mat 5, we've got Mulder in a tie with Mason Holt from Iowa Valley Marengo, 0-0. 43 seconds left in this first period.
Kovacek's from South Winneshiek, and Coley is from Woodbury Central.
Now wrestling your semifinal bout of mat number 6 at 175.
And Groom was able to get a takedown, and now he's working on a four set of near fall points. That's going to put him up 8-3 on mat 3.
Mat number 6 at 175.
Still 0-0 there over on mat 5 with Mulder and Hoyt. Kind of feeling each other out a little bit. A little bit of hand fighting, but I feel like they're just kind of trying to judge distance with each other right now. 0-0 at the end of the first period.
Our closed captioning tonight is presented by Sukup Manufacturing. Sukup is the world's largest family-owned grain bin manufacturer and a proud partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Sukup Manufacturing.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, consolations at
No score on mat 6. Tiedemann and Christopher just getting underway there. And no score on mat 5, Mulder and Holt. Groom up 8-3 over Kunkel on mat number 3, and Kubashek 3-2 on Coley. They got some good matches going on right now. Groom with a bit of a lead on Kunkel, but
there's Christopher getting a 3-0 lead with a takedown from Don Bosco. Another Don Bosco out there getting the first takedown. Lets him escape for a 3-1.
Groom able to find his way to his feet and get away. Kubashek looking for a takedown down on mat 4.
Looks like he's getting close to takedown on there on mat 4, but he can't quite get that arm out.
Yeah.
There you got it.
Coley was looking for that reverse switch. Kubashek able to find his way out of there. All the while Groom was able to, on mat 3, collect another takedown, and now he's working in that major decision territory.
So 1-0 match over here on mat 5 with Mulder ahead of Hoyt. And now he just scored a takedown to go ahead 4-0. So he's able to get an escape and then take him back down here in the second period with 30 seconds left.
Huge 1-point escape at the end of this second period for Coley to keep himself within a takedown distance. And I believe he might have, well, no, Kubashek has choice to start the third period.
You know, those points that you score at the end of a period sometimes are so critical. Mentally, it's kind of a big thing, and also that just can really keep you in there. You hate to see that time run out when somebody's so close to scoring and not be able to get it.
Absolutely. They're game changers. Anytime it's like a no response, right? Like I get a takedown, ride you out for 10, 15 seconds, maybe 30, and you don't get an opportunity to really respond and get those points back. Like that's huge for momentum.
Yeah, I always kind of think, you know, they come out and get a takedown and they get that lead, if they come out maybe and get escape to start that second period. It's like you keep that scoring momentum going in your favor that way. And it's a big thing for, you know, just strategy and for mentally breaking your opponent.
When you think about the mental aspect of this sport, what do you think is one of the biggest pieces, and where do you need to be when you're in this type of environment?
You know, I think a lot of it is you've got to be kind of ready at the right time. This is the time when these guys have to be at their best. They have to be the most mentally prepared. They have to be, you know, that physically, hopefully they're healthy at this time of year.
Mat 5, gonna get the fall here.
That's a big pin for Mulder over there on mat 5. He punches his ticket to the finals. He was up 7-0 when he scored the pin.
He's the number 1 seed, has not lost this year. He's a senior.
Over here on mat 6, we got Christopher up to 9-3 now over Tiedemann from Northwood Kensett. That's a 6-point lead for the Don Bosco wrestler. They really came out and been ready for these semifinals tonight. They're going to look like they're going to have a pretty good team at the finals tomorrow night. So far, it's looking like.
Groom's going to get a tech fall on mat 3, and then we're coming down to it. 15 seconds left on mat 4. Is Coley going to be able to score? He just got a takedown, let Kubashek go. Now he's looking for an attack shot. Oh, he looks to step around it.
Oh my God, that was close. That was close.
Kubashek is going to advance to the finals. That was a great flurry to finish.
Yes, it was. Over here on mat number 5, we have Ryan Wirtz from Emmitsburg and Keaton Moeller from Starmont. Moeller was a state champ 2 years ago, actually. He was a state champ. I believe he's moving on and going to be wrestling at UNI as well.
Yeah, he won it at 150 pounds in 2024 over Danny Kinsler of Trainers, who he beat in that final.
Semifinals, 1A at 215. Kyler Salas, Don Bosco.
Our 165-pound match is brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association. Our 175-pound semifinals are brought to you by Iowa Pork Producers Association. Iowa Pork is a proud supporter of Iowa High School athletics. And our 190-pound semifinals brought to you by Delta Dental of Iowa. And we're seeing some 215 now as well. Brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau. We appreciate all the fine sponsors.
Moeller just went out there and got a 9-2 lead and got the pin over there on mat number 5, so he's going to be in the finals tomorrow night.
He'll be going for his second state championship. Ryan Wirtz was the #1 seed. Moeller came in as the 5 seed.
So Christopher up 15-3 over here on mat number 6. Third period, we got a minute and a half left in this match. Got a 12, now an 11, got a left escape, so 11-point lead, and I think he's definitely working pretty hard to try to get a technical fall over here. He's definitely being offensive, just one shot after another. He's going to get a takedown, 18-4, and he's putting him on his back for some back points.
That's going to be it. Christopher got the 2 near fall and picks up the technical fall at 175. So your 175-pound final will be Mulder of Boynton Hall, Rock Valley, and Christopher out of Don Bosco, the 1 and the 2 seed there.
Mat 4, we got Kyler Salas versus Camden Cracklio from Durant on mat 4, and mat 3, Nolan Kreibel versus Caleb Christensen. Both of those matches at the beginning, first period.
And we'll take another break at the conclusion of the 1A semifinals. Let's see if we get another great match to wrap up this 1A segment of tonight's broadcast. The 2A are standing by. They're ready to go. We'll take that break and then we'll roll into the 2A semifinals. All presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network, Russ W. Oker, Chad Sapple, Kyvan Gatson on the call tonight.
Mat number 5, Carter Wright, got a takedown. Was real close, it looked like, to maybe getting some back points. Ended up not getting them, but he jumps out to a 3-0 lead. A minute left in the first period over there for the 1A 215-pound semifinal match. He's working that arm bar really tough. He's really looking for some back points. Calling potentially dangerous.
Kyler Salas with a major throw right there to lat drop off a shot from Camden, and he's looking for the fall over there on the edge.
It's got to be close. The official right down there looking for daylight.
We're getting going down here on mat number 6. Ashton Honnold from Nottoway Valley and Logan Lashbrook from Janesville. Honnold looking for his 3rd title this year. He's a 2-time state champ. He's also going to be heading to the University of Northern Iowa. And he's an undefeated wrestler this year.
Well, Cracklio's going to make it to the second period. Kyvan, I didn't think he had a chance of staving off that fall.
Well, I would have been a very proud babysitter if Kyler would have got it done, but, you know, life happens. So congratulations to Cracklio fighting off his back. That takes a ton of emotional maturity in that situation to compose yourself, regulate, and continue to fight off your back in that situation and survive and give yourself an opportunity to wrestle these next 2 or 3 periods.
And you know, not only that, but to come back from that and get back in there, it's you really got to compose yourself. You got to breathe, kind of get your head back in the game and refocus.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, next opportunity. What's the next position that I need to put myself in so that I have an opportunity? Christensen up on mat 3, winning, riding extremely tough. I think Christensen is in that situation, right, where he has Honnold up at at heavyweight. And again, we've talked about this a little bit just with Jessup and Don Bosco. And Nottoway Valley is the same thing. Is like when you get yourself around the same people or the same type of people that are all moving in the same direction and energy is flowing that way, lots of positive things happen.
Yeah, these teams that have just they've just traditionally built extremely tough teams. It's just over the years, and then success just breeds success, and it just like I think you said earlier, you get that snowball going and that snowball effect happening, and you get a lot of support, you get more kids out for the program, and it just kind of everything keeps going in the right direction.
Well, we've got our 285-pounders out there as we near the end of the 1A portion of our semifinals tonight.
Honnold down here versus Lashbrook. He's out 6-1 now. We're coming down to the close of the first period. Just a few seconds left, and he's going to take a 5-point lead going into the second period.
Well, you look at that Salas-Cracklio match now, 7-3. Cracklio got the takedown, battled back, staved off the pin in that first period, and he finds himself now back in the match.
Yeah, did a really good job right there just creating that scramble. He attacked, Salas with a re-attack, then he came back and turned the corner. Salas had his leg momentarily, and he showed really good mat awareness right there.
A stall warning there on Salas.
Carter Wright, 7-0 lead. We got 20 seconds left in the second period over here on mat number 5. Right from Woodbury Central, ahead of Braxton Plants of Montezuma. He's kind of controlled a lot of the offense. He's been able to kind of effectively ride him and keep him down when he needed to. And that's going to give him a 7-0 lead going into the third period.
So for these guys that win tonight, what is the next 24 hours like, especially for the guys that have never been to a finals? I can only imagine how difficult that must be to sit around and wait for your finals match.
Well, you're mentally getting ready. You want to, everybody kind of does things a little bit differently. A lot of times you might want to know a little bit about your opponent, what he does. I think a lot of times you don't want to get too caught up in what your opponent does, but you also, you might want to know this guy's got an incredible headlock. You don't want to go out there and get caught in something. So, they're going to kind of make sure they're going to figure out who they're going against, and it's just going to start getting ready to go. And it's just going to be one more match, and you got to be able to get out there and go out good after it for that one last match. That's your last match of this season. So, they want to be ready for it.
Yeah, it's really just about being calm, using your energy intelligently. Like, all right, do you go to the hot tub tonight? Probably not. You just go back to the hotel. You don't go swimming. Yeah. You just go relax. If you have the Normatec boots, you go put those on, use the massage gun, and just try to relax, get some food in you, especially if you're not having to cut a ton of weight, and just be at peace. Congratulations to Caleb Christensen getting a 7-0 win up on mat 3, and he will advance to the state finals.
Carter Wright's jumped out to a 10-0 lead over here on mat number 5. 39 seconds left in the match. He's just continually been kind of working that arm bar and running a half. He's just been doing a good job of keeping him broke down and just really kind of putting a lot of pressure on him so he can't build a base and can't do a lot from the bottom.
So your 190-pound final will be Christensen of Nottoway Valley and Moeller of Starmount. That'll be your 190-pound final. Moeller was a champion in 2024 at 150 pounds, and he'll try to get his second title here in 2026.
Cracklio with the takedown down on mat 4. Now it's going to be 10-7. Another shot right there. 10-7, 14 seconds left. Oh, he hit him with a stall call. This is huge. 13 seconds left. This is tight. He's going to have to hold position. If he gets hit with a stall call, he has to control a wrist. Cracklio's going to be moving. Oh, my goodness. Goes for the wizard right there. Flips him through. Nothing yet. Short time. He's up to his feet. They're out of bounds. Oh, is that going to be points?
They're out of time.
What do you think, Chad?
I don't know. We got referees talking out here.
Oh, man, nothing. Oh, Cracklio. There's the emotion of the night.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness.
They're going to talk again. Can they go?
I don't know.
Can they go to review here? They'll go to the table. The coaches will talk. What do you guys think? We'll have our. Can we get a Hy-Vee instant replay on that? I'm not sure. We're going to try to do that, but what a match.
That was a scrap. That was a scrap.
Well, it seems like forever ago, doesn't it? That Cracklio fought off that pin at the end of the first period. And then it came down to the final seconds. But Salas will go to the finals.
Now I get to be a happy babysitter. Former babysitter.
We've got Ashton Honnold over here in Nottoway Valley. He's up 13-3 to end the second period. He's up by 10 points. Got 1 period remaining.
A reminder that we'll take a 2-minute break at the conclusion of the 285 semifinals in Class 1A.
We're nearing the end of the Class 1A semifinals. We'll have a break in the action, and then we'll come back with the 2A semifinals. And we're just getting started here at the Casey Center in Des Moines.
Honnold with another takedown to go up 16-3, minute and 50 left. He's out here really kind of got his offense going well. He's really looking forward to kind of getting to another finals tomorrow night to go for that third state title.
Keegan Long looking for some underhooks right there on mat 3.
And Honnold punches his ticket to the finals with the technical fall with 1:37 left in the third period.
Long and Saxton will try to join him. No score in that one yet. Honnold, a 2-time state champion, will go for his third. Salas will face Wright in the final.
We'll bring you in right after the 2As. We'll keep the consolation matches going.
That's Wright got the 10-0 win in that other 215-pound semifinal. So match of the night so far, you got the Roland Lang match, or you got that Salas Cracklio match? That's my 2 contenders so far.
I like the Salas Cracklio match just for the fact that Cracklio had to battle back. The other match was even throughout the whole situation. Being down 7 points is no easy task to come back from. Just from a, again, emotional maturity standpoint, regulating self and just like, all right, here's what I can control. I'm going to continue to compete, continue to look for positions. And he put himself in a great position to win that match.
Absolutely.
And time essentially just ran out on him.
And he was still fighting at the very end, and that's a gut check. I mean, that's a real gut check to get put on your back right from the get-go. You got to fight off your back, and then to come back and battle for the entire match is he definitely showed a lot of guts there.
Yeah, and that's the type of young man that you want to see go on to college and get developed, because you know he's going to compete, right? It's not a matter of like talent, but it's like, all right, if you put this person in the right environment, has the right teammates, people around him, he's going to get better in the room that he goes to, right? And the sky can be the limit.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
And it was Rolson, I apologize. Rolson that beat Lang 3-1 in that 144-pound semifinal. And mat number 3 is where the final action is in Class 1A. And we got a good one, it looks like, to finish up this semifinal round. Saxton up 1-0 over Keegan Long, Saxton of Emmitsburg, and Long of Earlham.
No one's been able to kind of secure a takedown here yet. We got a lot of locking up, a lot of hand fighting, a lot of see who can control those ties. And so far, Saxton's the only point scorer with an escape, and you know, we're getting down here to the end of the second period. I have a feeling we might be. This is going to be a real tight match. If Long goes down and gets an escape as well, you know, we're going to see this come down to the wire.
Saxton is the 2 seed, Long is the 3 seed. Honnold, the 1 seed, already punched his ticket to the finals. Final match for Class 1A semifinals. Your semifinals presented by Farm Bureau The Iowa Farm Bureau, proud to support the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the student athletes.
Quad pod. Goes quad pod, building up to that base.
Oh, looks like he's getting to his feet. He's got some hand control, but he can't quite get his hands broke.
That was a nice mat return right there from Saxon. I think Saxon's going to try to stay in this position.
I think he's going to try to keep him down. That's for sure. You know, he's putting a lot of pressure on him right now to get him broke down.
Translation 2A, 126, Adam Carey, Independence. John Gonzalez.
Long is definitely still keeping a pretty good base underneath him, and he's still trying to work to those feet.
On mat number 1 at 126.
Stepping over that back leg. He's going to have to get that right hip down and continue to circle if he's going to be able to navigate in this space.
I always like listening to the crowd when the guy on the bottom, you got to get up, you got to get up, and I always think, I'm pretty sure he's trying, right? Pretty sure he's well aware of that.
He's well aware of that. Chad, I doubt you were one of those people that got rode very often.
You know, I tell you what, when I was mostly like to wrestle on my feet, and when I went to Iowa, I definitely had to kind of totally learn a lot from that bottom position. And I remember a number of days staying after practice and having Coach Gable get on top of me, and and that was a not a good feeling. That was not a good feeling.
I gotta give you a hug, brother, because I know that wasn't pleasant.
I've told a few people I think he could still be riding me today if he really wanted to be.
We're tied at 1 with 19 seconds to go.
He's in on the leg, looking to drive through. Oh, great awareness by Saxton, able to get his hips back.
Long in the red singlet, Saxton in the
We're coming
black
down
singlet.
to the end of the period here. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get the takedown? It's going to be close.
We got 2 seconds. Nothing. No points.
Nothing. There was no points, and that was so close. That was very close.
What are the odds? Our final match of each segment so far is on mat 3 and going to overtime.
Yep.
You still feel good. You got to the leg twice in the last 15 seconds.
Yep. He's definitely got, he's stepped up his offense a little bit. He's kind of changing elevations, getting in on that shot.
I think he goes snap, post, double. Oh!
.40 seconds left in the first overtime. Takedown here is all either one of them needs.
Yep.
There's that shot again. Well, he didn't quite get his elevation lowered enough there to get to the legs there.
Yo, if that's coming towards you at the head table.
Yeah. I've been in that position broadcasting mat side for Indian Hills, and when them big fellas come your way, I'm looking for a place to go in a hurry, but at my age I don't move very quick. I just have to take it.
It's like warning, safety hazard.
We got a stall warning here.
That one against Saxton.
Against Saxton, yep.
8 seconds.
Long has definitely kind of been the aggressor for the offense in this overtime.
I think he knew he needed to go just the way Saxton put that effort into riding. We go to those 30-second ride outs.
Yep. Oh boy, I didn't know if he would take that or not. He had a hard time. He rode him a little bit in the regulation, so, and he was really kind of looking pretty solid on his feet. But you know he must have confidence that he can get out of here.
Nice. Quad pod again.
Obviously, at this point, your conditioning becomes a factor as well.
Oh, he's on the leg. He's trying to sprawl. Saxton, that's a lot of weight to be on those shoulders. He's gonna have to lift that elbow. That grip is tight.
Oh, is he gonna be able to get that leg back?
I don't think so.
8 seconds left. He just can't get that grip broke.
He got a hook. He has to hook that leg though. Oh my goodness.
He's not gonna get out of there. So now he's got to cut him, right? Unless he thinks he can turn him.
No, if he cuts him,
you wrestle out the 30.
Wrestle out the 30, yeah.
Let's see. Going on here too is that conditioning becomes a little bit of a factor, and he got out pretty quick here in the regulation, and I just think we've got you're in your third overtime period.
Yeah.
Conditioning definitely becomes part of the
And Long is going to punch his ticket to the finals to take on Honnold. Long's the 3 seed, came in with a record coming into the state tournament of 44-10.
He makes the finals.
And that is going to do it for the Class 1A semifinal round, but we've got a lot more wrestling still to come here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines, all presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll get back to the action right after this on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Why am I seeing yield differences in only 2 of my fields?
Great question, Evan. I've taken some soil samples, and it looks like you might have some fertility issues, especially in that northern field. Take a look.
Nothing gets past you, Rick. Hey, how long you been back there?
An agronomist never tells.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel agronomists always show up. Channel, all in, all season.
A new day means so many things. Possibility and potential. New opportunities and challenges. And when you're building something that matters, you need a partner who truly understands. Iowa banks get this. Their customer relationships are built on shared values and earned trust. From homeowners to small businesses, Iowa banks know what it means to invest in the future. Iowa banks.
There's a to finding time and the big things and the things you'll do over and over. Done. And a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never open for life.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapital, and Kyman Gatson calling the action here in the Iowa High School Athletic Association's semifinal round of the state tournament for 2026, presented by your Iowa Farm Bureau. And we get set to head into 2A action. Your 106-pound matches are brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa. And your 113-pound matches are brought to you by Musco Lighting. Here we go, back to the action. All right, on mat 3, it's Jackson Parmater from Vinton Shellsburg. Mat 5, Luke Walsh of Sergeant Bluff Luton. On mat 4, it's Jackson McConigal of Center Point Urbana, and Anderson Osgood of Solon. On mat 5, Ethan Humphrey of West Branch, and Charlie Bowman of North Polk. And on mat 6, it is Coy Maylard of Union LaPorte City against Riker DeWitt of Williamsburg. And the action started quick on mats 5 and 6, guys.
Charlie Bowman goes out 3-0 over Ethan Humphrey from West Branch. And over here on mat 6, Maylard goes ahead of Riker DeWitt, first takedown, and then he gets an escape, so it's 3-1, Maylard over DeWitt.
And I've got a cousin who coaches in the North Polk School District. Wanted to make sure I shout out to the Comets. Go Comets. On Bowman. Talk. That's
Polk City, right? I like to eat, you know. I don't make 197 anymore.
And he likes ice.
So we talked a little bit earlier about that conversation with you and that time leading up to the final?
I think you probably spend just a little bit of time with family and stuff, but you're pretty focused on what's going on. So you mostly are kind of concentrating on that. But it's I'm sure after that round, everybody spends a little bit of time with their folks. I mean, obviously, as Kyvan said earlier, that's a support structure that's just second to none. And they're here for you. You definitely going to probably spend a little bit of time with them, but most of the time you got some time to yourself, and you're going to spend some time with your coaches because you just want to kind of be ready for that next round.
Absolutely. And I think it always depends on if the kid's an introvert or an extrovert. Some people feed off energy. Some people need energy away from them just so they can conserve, because that drains their battery. For me personally, I was more of, I think, an extrovert at that stage in my career. Whereas I think as I grew and developed and started to understand myself a little bit better, I became more of an introvert, and just you know what, I'm going back to the hotel, I'm turning on some music, just relaxing, taking a nap, those types of things.
Maylard up 6-1 on DeWitt on mat 6. Bowman up 3-1 on Humphrey on mat 5, and we got a good one going. Parmater's up 5-4 on Walsh on mat 3. What is it about mat 3 tonight? That's some of our best matches have been down there.
Boy, there's been some close matches down there on mat 3 for sure.
3 is the match for the fans.
That one's had Kyman over here about squirming out of his chair a couple of times.
Yeah.
He wants to get out there and finish the move for these guys.
Yeah, he's definitely doing some wrestling over here in the seat next to us.
I can tell the age difference between you and Kyvan, because you have no interest anymore in wrestling at all, I can see, and he wants to get out there.
Well, I'm a little bit afraid if I start doing any wrestling, that Kyvan's going to grab a hold of me. So.
Well, I got MMA practice in the morning, so I'm just trying to keep my body limber and loose.
Mat 5, Bowman 4-1 ahead of Humphrey. We got 56 seconds left in the second period. That's over on mat 5.
Mat 4, Osgood up 4-0, doing an amazing job, just kind of controlling the pace.
Go ahead, Kyvan.
I was just saying, he's in on an attack right now and was able to solidify that and jump it up to 7-0. Doing a great job with that tight waist chop and then looking for that tilt. A lot of these kids, that's that Spencer Lee-esque tilt that they look for with that roll through, and it's definitely become repopularized by Spencer Lee.
You've seen it a lot. We saw that at the state duels, and we're seeing it a lot here tonight.
He's going to get some more near fall here.
Well, over here on mat 6, Maylard's kind of opening things up against Riker DeWitt from Williamsburg. He's up 11-1. We got 20 seconds left in this second period, and he's kind of continued to build on his lead here.
Parmater is the number 1 seed at 106. Humphrey, the number 1 seed at 113. And right now, Humphrey finds himself down 4-1 to Bowman.
Yeah, we're at the beginning of the third period here, and Bowman's kind of controlled this match a little bit. There's still plenty of time left. 1 minute and 43 left. It's a 4-1 match, so we've got 3-point difference here.
Bowman's the 4 seed.
Yeah, but he was a 4 seed, and in order for Humphrey to kind of get back in this match, he's going to have to get out of the bottom. He's got to get up and he's got to score. Bowman's doing a pretty good job of keeping the pressure on him, but he's going to have to be able to get out and get some offense going again.
You know what he needs is somebody to yell at him.
Get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
Osgood able to grab another set of near falls, and he's going to be able to advance with a technical fall on mat 4.
So Osgood, young man out of Solon, the 2 seed, came into this state tournament 42-3. We'll head to the finals. Our first 2A wrestler to qualify for the finals. Will it be Parmater or Walsh?
Bowman goes up 8-1. He was able to get some back points there. And then Humphrey was able to get a reversal. So it's 8-3 now with 30 seconds remaining in this third period.
You know, we were talking earlier before off air, you talked about the clubs. The club scene has developed, you know, so drastically that you talked about the RTCs, but what have you seen from just that space with like clubs and how it's helped impact the state of wrestling in Iowa?
I mean, Iowa and across the country, there are just some powerful big clubs that really are, you know, upping the talent level at such a much younger age. And I've seen that happen with Iowa. I've seen that happen in other states. It's definitely helped progress wrestling. And a lot of these kids are just getting some incredible instruction, and it's really turned them into some great technicians.
Absolutely. Parmater just locked up a far side cradle. Was looking to try to end the match, but great fight from Walsh. She's able to get off his back. Parmater's looking to readjust, though.
Our 120-pounders are going to come out. 120-pound matches are brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Maylard up 12-1 with 5 seconds left in the third period over Riker DeWitt. And it looks like he is going to punch his ticket to the finals. It's going to be Bowman versus Maylard, the 113-pound 2A final.
All right, guys, on mat number 5, this is one of our feature matches tonight in my mind. Bettis of EBF and Quarter of West Marshall squaring off here in the semifinal. This was the 113-pound finals match last year where Quarter got the best of him 10-7. So a rematch of the finals at 113 going on at 120 in the semifinal tonight on mat 5. If you're looking for something to keep your eyeballs on the 4-mat screen and you don't have a specific wrestler out there, that's one to watch right there.
Well, we've got them in a scramble here right from the get-go. We've got some offense going right away. And
semifinal at 126. Now wrestling on mat number 3, the other semifinal at 126.
Bettis got the takedown, right? Yeah, Bettis. Well, Chad, you probably know the EBF wrestlers as well as any. You've had a chance to work with them a little bit. That's an intense wrestling room.
They've got a good room. They got a lot of kids out there. They got a number of ranked kids. They've definitely got some tough kids. And they obviously pulled away with the dual state championship here a couple of weeks ago. We saw some great wrestling by him then. And I'm sure that Bettis probably would like to see see a reversal of his match last year. So
it's 3-1 right now. That one could shape up and be a real ticker tester.
Then on top of that, we've got Williamson and Burnt on the other side of the bracket, and that's a couple of tough kids too.
Well, Williamson's got a state championship under his belt. So does Quarters. So that could be two guys that have already won a state title going at it in the finals. But Bettis right now with a 3-1 lead, looking for his chance at a Saturday night bout.
Williamson 3-0 lead over Burnt over on mat number 4. And as you mentioned, he's a returning state champ. So now he's ahead 4-0. So he's up 4-0 in the second period.
126-pound weight class is brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Down here on mat 6, we've got Slater Thomas going against Joseph Like. 0-0 in the first period. Got some tying up, seeing who's going to start controlling the tie-ups and can get their offense going.
Pexipon, Adrian Pexipon out of Clarion Goldfield Downs. Up 3-0 on Shirk, got the takedown there.
We have EBF over here on mats 5 and mat 6. You know those guys are training in the room every day with each other.
So Pexipon is a family you're familiar with, Kevin?
Yeah, one of the brothers, Cam, ended up at Iowa State for some time. I think there's three brothers.
Yeah, so, at least anyway. I know that we've.
Yeah, there's a couple of them I know still in high school. We watched them wrestle at the state dual championships here a couple of weeks ago, and definitely some tough wrestling out of that family.
Yeah, well, Clarion Goldfield Downs is another great program.
Fry of Clark. McCargill, Shenandoah now wrestling on mat number 7. Constellation at 165.
Down on mat 4, we got Williamson and Burnt. Williamson up 4-0 right now from Van Meter.
We just got a takedown over on mat number 5. Bettis goes ahead 6-2 and then gives an escape, so 6-3. 15 seconds left in the second period. He gave him a quick escape there with not a lot of time left. That's one of those things that can kind of, it's sometimes tough to keep some guys down, but when you just got 15, 20 seconds left in that period, that can be a big point letting that guy get away. But he's still able to come out of that second period with a 6-3 lead for Simon Bettis from Eddiesville, Blakesburg, Fremont. Slater Thomas over here from EBF over Joseph, versus Joseph Like. It's still 0-0. Now Like just gets an escape to make it be 1-0. Second period, 1:40 remaining. Definitely a tight match over here between these two.
Shirk got the takedown there on mat 3. That squares that one up.
And that's a barn burner up on mat 3.
They're in the third period. Bettis up 6-3 on mat 5. That rematch of the 113 final last year where Quarter got the better of Bettis 10-7.
Looks like Bettis was on the bottom, and now he's kind of turned it into a high crotch position. But they're still giving the control over here to Quarter. Hope he's able to get the reversal there, put him up to 8-3.
Quarter, a multi-sport athlete, does soccer, wrestling.
Oh, there's Bettis right back in on a shot. It was 8-4. See if he can get this finished. He's definitely been the little one that's been able to kind of take advantage of that high crotch shot that he's been doing. And that puts him up 11-4. Escape makes it 11-5, so he's got a 6-point lead.
And we do have a ticker tester on mat 3. What are you seeing there, Kyman?
I think just those escapes, right? Like both guys have been able to battle back and find those takedowns that have put them right back in the match and kept it tight. And now it's going to come down to escape, and they're going to be 5-5 possibly. And who's going to go find their opportunity to score on their feet and solidify the match with a potential ride out.
And again, of course, where would that match be? On mat 3.
Yes. That's been the mat for the closest ones tonight, that's for sure. We've got some good matches going on right now. Like pulls ahead of Slater Thomas 6-2 right now. Bettis wins 11-5 over on mat number 5, and he just punches his ticket to make it to the finals for tomorrow night.
So Bettis gets his revenge over Quarter, who got him in the finals last year. It'll be Bettis going to the finals at 120.
That's a tough bracket right there. You've got a number of finalists in this same bracket. You've got more state champions than you have a position to be a state champion. So, that makes a pretty tough bracket when somebody's not going to be able to come back and repeat their title.
Yeah, and Williamson is going to get the 4-2 win from Van Meter on mat 4. And now we're in crunch time on mat 3. No points yet. They're scrapping over there. Oh, he's almost in the full splits.
Petson Pond of Clarion Goldfield Dow's now wrestling on mat number 5, semifinal class 2A at 132. Now the mat number 4,
working up there.
Semifinal at 132.
He's gonna have to pull that back in.
Of Crestwood Cresco, Easton Enyart of
Uh-oh, he's gonna sneak it out. It looks like he's got it.
They gave him 3.
And there's only 4 seconds left.
Like still ahead of Slater Thomas over here on mat number 6. It's 6-4 in the third period. We've got 51 seconds left. Like from Glenwood against Slater Thomas from EBF.
EBF looking to punch their ticket to face Shirk in the final tomorrow night at 126 in the Class 2A.
There's Thomas in on a shot right now, and it's 7-4. He's down by 3, but he's trying to finish the takedown. He gets it. It's 7-7 now with 35 seconds left. Is he going to try to keep him down here for the last 30 seconds? He's got wrist control right now and keeping him broke down. He's going to have to ride him out, though.
I think that was Lick that got the takedown.
Oh,
they got similar colors. I think Light got it, went up 10-4.
Oh, yes, he did. You're absolutely right. Their singlets look so similar down there that it was hard to tell that.
We're going to have maybe some.
So Light is up 10-5 over Slater Thomas right now.
Gage Spurgeon, another EBF wrestler, is out there. Former state champion. It's up 3-0.
Head coach over there at Eddyville's Blakesburg. Grew up wrestling with him, Dimitri Boyer. And again, we continue to come back to this, but it's the communities. The communities rally around these programs, and the head coach knows where he is good, and he gets other people around him that are better in other areas, and then you build something.
He's doing a great job down there. He's got a good program going. Got a good room. Got the boys and the girls program is doing great down in EBF.
Gage Spurgeon committed to North Dakota State.
Like pulls off the win down there over Slater Thomas, 10-7. So mat number 5, Gage Spurgeon, second period is up 4-0 over Pexaphone.
Yeah, give us that pronunciation, Kevin. That's a tricky one. And you went to school with the brother? Or he was at Iowa State?
Yeah, he was at Iowa State.
Pexaphone? That's probably one of the trickier ones.
Pexaphone.
Pexaphone.
Yep. Pexaphone.
Well, right now, if you look up at the scoreboard here, we've got mat 5 and mat 6, and there's a number of people on there that's not very easy to pronounce their name, and I understand how that is because they usually got my name wrong back when I was wrestling as well.
You were a poodle, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time. So Saitamia is one of those. He's out there. It's Adelfinger.
Liam Adelfinger, and that's just getting started 0-0 on mat number 6.
144 semifinalists, stand ready.
If we do miss one, we'd certainly apologize. We tried to get as many of these as we could.
Landers up 3-0 up on mat 3. Inyart throwing on a very intelligent, heavy ride down on mat 4. Staying behind the arms, keeping the hips intact.
That's a close match on mat 4 too. 0-0 in second period. Halfway through this match, we've not been able to get any score going.
Spurgeon has built a 7-0 lead over there. These guys wrestled in Independence back in December, and Spurgeon won that one 4-0. They did not wrestle at the team duels. For some weight jockeying there that we see a lot there.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of strategy going on down there at the state duels, and there was some people wrestling all over at different weights, and it was interesting to see people how they adjusted their lineups.
And Inyart able to get a tilt for 4 points. Now he's looking for the bar with the half, and he's running that. Oh, he got it over momentarily. Great fight by Smosh. Landers on mat 3, up 4-0 now.
The 138-pound weight class is brought to you by Delta Dental. Choose dental coverage from people who know what matters to Iowans. Delta Dental.
Over here on mat number 5, Gage Spurgeon still leading us 7-0. It's in the third period here with about 1:20 remaining.
And your 132-pound semifinals presented by Iowa Pork.
Over there on mat 3, that Gavin Landers, he's a 2-time state champ. He's another kid that's committed to UNI. We've definitely seen a few of them today.
Yeah. Schwab has been working the state of Iowa pretty hard, obviously. Wonder how many coaches are in the arena tonight.
Well, I'm sure there's definitely a lot of coaches down here watching this. It's just, and on top of that, it's not an easy time for them to get away from their own teams. But they hate to miss this.
Yeah, I think a good amount of them. So I guess I would bet if you're a Division I head coach, you're not here probably today, unless you have kids wrestling possibly, which I don't think Schwab probably came today. It's like, hey, I'll see you guys Saturday night. Do your job.
Yeah.
But like, if you're a junior college coach, NAIA, Division II, Division III, I think you need to be here for these rounds to see how these kids respond, react, because sometimes you don't always get those guys that are the state champs, and it's more of a developmental route. And so if I was in those situations, that's what I would kind of expect is the coaches at the D2, D3, junior college, NAIA would be here, and they're going to try and get those state champs. And sometimes those state champs decide that hey, I want to go the Division I route immediately. And, with the transfer portal, all those different changes in college athletics, there's lots of opportunities for these coaches.
Gage Spurgeon with the win over on mat number 5. He punches his ticket to the finals. I think you're 100% right on that. They're going to come out here, and you're going to see them seeing some of these kids that really go out there and have a lot of heart and show that they're willing to get out there and put the effort in. They're going to try to make sure they get some of those kids on their team.
Well, Chad, you and I obviously have an opportunity being there in Centerville to be very close to the Indian Hills wrestling program, and consequently I see a lot of junior college wrestling and following Indian Hills, and there are some phenomenal wrestlers at the junior college level.
Oh, absolutely. And there's many different reasons for that. Some kids just kind of like to go closer to home. It could be a lot of different reasons. Some kids, maybe it works out for them better academically. And, on every level of wrestling, you see some incredible wrestling. And I think that's just one of those things that, some of those kids maybe that's just their choice to go a different level. And, even some kids that maybe junior college level, a lot of those kids might be planning on going on to a different school, and many of them probably Division I.
Well, Inyard gets the 5-1 win over Schmass. Inyard of Ballard, Schmass of Crestwood Cresco. So it'll be Inyard and Spurgeon in the 132-pound Class 2A final tomorrow night. Mat 6 just wrapped up, and I believe, guys, you can't look away hardly for a second, but we've got a fall here, and that is going to be Saitomo, who wins it and goes to the finals.
Brady Patterson, Benton Community.
Saitamo, I believe.
Big whip over. Oh, no, 2 seconds left, too, in the period? That's tough.
Landon Davis, another EBF wrestler out there. Gets a takedown, secures a takedown, and gets ahead 3-0 with about 50 seconds remaining in the first period. But when you look at that room, we've seen a handful of guys right here in a row. It's kind of like some of these other teams. When you see a couple of guys make it to the semifinals, it's a lot of times you'll see a couple more because they just have a room that really competes with each other every day, and it helps build those programs.
144-pound weight class is presented tonight by Iowa Farm Bureau.
15 seconds left on mat 3, and Landers is now up 11-0 over Caden Jones. And Landers, it looks like he's going to be working his way into the finals to go for his 3rd state title.
We got some blood time. One thing I would encourage all these wrestlers do, get a mouthpiece. Go to the dentist, get a mouthpiece, like get a good fitted mouthpiece. Keep your teeth intact.
Well, Davis and Bovey met at the I-35 wrestling tournament not all that long ago, back on January 24th, and Davis won by major decision in that one. He's up 6-1 here as they head to the second period. We've got blood time or injury time down there on mat number 3. Landers in control over Jones right now. Landers from Denver, Jones from Union LaPorte City. We'll be taking a break after the 144-pound weight class wraps up. So we're almost midway through the 2A. Had an exciting 1A semifinal round, and the 2A has brought us a lot of good matches.
That finishes the bout there over on mat number 3. Landers punches his ticket to the finals.
And he'll take on Saitamo. He's out of NHTV. Landers out of Denver. That'll be your Class 2A 138-pound final tomorrow night. Again, the finals tomorrow night on Iowa Public Television. Tim Johnson, Jim Miller, and Sean Kinney will be on the call tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to, I got to go over to Dixon, Illinois tomorrow to call Indian Hills basketball. And it's a 3 o'clock tip, so that'll give me something to listen to. Obviously, I'm driving down the road. I'm not going to watch, but I'll be listening in to the finals tomorrow night. That'll bring me all the way home.
Absolutely. I'll be working with Sean Kinney Sunday for the Iowa State versus Missouri duel.
Oh, nice.
Looking forward to that.
So Davis is up 9-1 over there on mat number 5 now over Riker Bovey from Woodward Granger. We got 28 seconds left here in the second period.
And we got a good one going on mat 4. Patterson of Benton Community and Hendrickson of Alburnett. 1-0 down here. Could it be that we'll get another overtime match going into the break? We've had an overtime match going into every break. This is on mat 4, though. That's a little out of the ordinary. But
yes, it's a tight match down here. We're about halfway through this match. It's a 1-0 match with Patterson leading Hendrickson.
There's a stall warning on Patterson.
Class 2A, 285-pound consolations, Kane Marino.
Probably got that leg hooked. Nice adjustments right there. Now they're over on the edge.
285 consolations. Now up on mat number 7, Class 3A, 113-pounders, Kane Crossan, Indianola, Kylan Walsh, Linmar.
There's definitely been action over there on mat 4. No one's just been able to finalize those details.
Yeah, we seem like we've kind of gotten a lot of, not really a stalemate position, but where neither one of them could just kind of make enough improvement to get a takedown, but we're getting closer here, it seems like, and now they're out of bounds.
And that was a 40-second scramble.
Yeah.
Davis up 9-1 on Bovey as they head to the third period.
So we've got a major decision going over here right now. We've still got 2 minutes of wrestling left, though. Anything can still happen. Make it 10-1. Davis with an escape. Minute 50 left remaining in the match.
Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont did win the team dual championship. You see the team scores scrolling across the middle of your screens. They came up here obviously expecting to be in contention in the traditional format. Don Bosco running away with it in the 1A, trying to capture their 8th straight team title.
Yeah, they really have. They really seem to be putting on quite a tournament here. You know, they won the dual team in a close match with Jessup, but they're really kind of pulling away here with these individual wrestlers they've got going on. A number of guys already made the finals.
That is one thing I would love to see at the NCAA Division I level is a a dual championships as well. I know it's been discussed and kind of like thrown out, but that's something I think would be really, really fun for the fans. Just the team aspect of it is just totally different in a dual setting than it is in a tournament setting.
Yeah, and then, you know, they've done the national duels for a long time, but obviously not everybody makes it, or maybe not everybody makes it every year, so it's not quite the same as what you have going on with the Iowa team championship, dual team championship.
So right now in the Class 2A, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont is in first with 105. Decorah, or 100.5, and Decorah right there with 98. So, and Independence still in 188. Wilton 78.5. Glenwood 76.5. So there's a race going on right there in the Class 2A.
Yes, there is. It's a close match. It's a close race, and I think there's still a lot of wrestling by those teams at the top as well. You know, we're going to see not only how many guys that punch their ticket to the finals, but it's going to be, I don't imagine that's going to be solved till these finals are over tomorrow night.
We've still got a 1-0 match going on down here on mat 4. And a ticker tester brewing there.
And we have a 13-1 match over here on mat number 5. Landon Davis ahead of Riker Bovey.
It is now 1-1. Got hit with a stalling call. Now he's looking to finalize that rubber knee action. He's going to call potentially dangerous right there. Henriksen continues to fire off great attacks. Patterson able to fend those off, but he has 2 stalling calls on himself. And he pops his head out the other side. Nothing yet. Oh, he collects.
And with only 4 seconds left, Henriksen up 4-1 now. Trying to punch his ticket to face Davis in the finals. Henriksen the 3 seed, Patterson the 2 seed. And that'll do it. 4-2. Owen Henriksen of Alburnett is off to the finals. Davis, who was second last year at 138, will try for his state title at 144. And with that, we are halfway through the 2A semifinal round. We'll come back, and when we do, 3-time state champion Blake Fox, who is our Musco Spotlight wrestler in Class 2A, will be on the mat. We're back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network right after this.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between 2 people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's Musco.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
We're set to go at 150 pounds in the Class 2A semifinals. Russ W. Oker, Chad Zampro, Kyvan Gatson on the call tonight. Honored to be here with you in the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines.
The wrestlers are ready to go.
We'll be keeping an eye on our Hy-Vee team scores throughout this back half of this 2A. But right out of the chute, guys, we have our Musco Spotlight wrestler in the Class 2A, and of course, it's Blake Fox of Osage, who is a 3-time champion, and this year he's going for state title number 4. That's a pretty special thing if he can accomplish that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only been a handful of those, or a few more than a handful, but there's not been a lot of those over the course of wrestling in Iowa, and we've got 2 kids going for him here this tournament. Blake Fox from Osage and Dreshawn Ross from Fort Dodge. So
neither one has really been challenged yet, and I'm not sure who can challenge him for sure. It's why you wrestle. You never know, and that's the thing about wrestling. You make a mistake, you can find yourself on the short end of things, but they have both been dominant so far.
They both look really tough, and Fox just went out and got a takedown to get a go-ahead 3-0 over here on mat number 3. Mat number 5, we have Mikey Ryan from Mount Vernon versus Hudson Scranton from Anamosa.
And we thank the folks at Musco Lighting, the official light provider of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. So what do you see? Fox at this point, from what we have, is uncommitted. Obviously, if he wants to wrestle in college, he's going to have plenty of people knocking on his door, and I'm sure already has, a senior there at Osage. Kyvan, what do you know about our Musco Spotlight wrestler?
Well, Fox, obviously Osage, coached by Coach Jennings, who's been around for a long time. His son actually texted me. One of his the sons wrestled at Air Force. One of them wrestled at Iowa State. I'm pretty sure his brother or cousin is at Northern Iowa on the Panther train with Coach Schwab, is ranked top 25 in the country. So he's going to have options, and maybe he's just been biding his time, figuring out, because these things take time. It's a process. You gotta see, all right, when I talk to this person, is it just a great feeling off bat? Did I get to ask the questions that I wanted to ask? You're going to probably be spending, 4 or 5, maybe even 6, 7, 8 years in that space, and you want to know that that's an appropriate space for your development.
And with the landscape's changed a little bit from when I was in college anyway, with NIL monies and things are a little bit different now. Maybe he's trying to weigh some of those options. He might decided he wouldn't want to make that decision until after he wrestles this tournament.
Because, if your stock is hot,
Yeah.
Price went up, Coach. Price went up.
6-2 right now. Fox over Kramer. Kramer out of Independence. And no score on mat 4, Brisker and Walsh. 6-4 on mat 6, Wheeler and Weber. And on mat 5, Ryan and Scranton. Ryan out of Mount Vernon, Scranton out of Anamosa. That's a 1-0 score there.
Mat 6, Wheeler up 6-4 over Liam Weber about halfway through this match.
There's 3 more for Wheeler. He goes up 9-4 now. That's the 157-pound weight class, which is brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery, bringing us our 157-pound semifinal matches tonight here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines.
Mikey Ryan over on mat 5, 4-1 lead with a minute left in the second period over Hudson Scranton from Anamosa.
Weber got the reversal. It's 9-6 there now. No score on the Brisker Walsh mat number 4.
Ryan was in on a shot there, but Scranton was able to get sprawl out of it, but he's back in on another shot. And I think they gave him a takedown there right on the edge of the mat for Mikey Ryan. So he's up 7-1 over Scranton. Wheeler's kind of pulled ahead over here on mat 6. He's up 13-6 now in the second period.
We've got lots of wrestling action still to come. We're only halfway through the Class 2A semifinal round. Consolation matches going on the outside mats. We've still got the 3A semifinal round to come, and we're going to see a ton of Southeast Polk wrestlers there. You talk about dominant. They'll be going for their third straight.
Third straight, yeah. And, you know, they qualified every single weight
Yeah.
for this tournament, which is a pretty big feat for any team. And
Huge.
And you look over the last 10 years and even longer than that, and you know, that's you know, that you got two tough kids there, both with only one loss this year. We don't have the information to know who that was against. Maybe they've wrestled each other this year. Some, we're not really sure, but I mean, you know, they're out there scrapping right now. They're getting after it. This is going to be it's a 1-1 match now, third period. It's going to be it's coming down now to a takedown. So who can get that offensive score?
It's a ticker tester there on mat 4. We'll keep an eye peeled on that. 7-1 on mat 5. Ryan leading Scranton, and Fox dominating over there 15-3 on mat 3, and then 16-7 Wheeler over Weber. That's going final there on mat 6.
Fox just stays so patient when he gets in on those legs, like you talked about, Chad. Just stays so patient, doesn't get out of position, and just stays really patient and intelligent.
Yeah, it's important to, you know, sometimes you can you have to be sometimes, and that's where that chain wrestling comes into effect. You know, you got to, sometimes that first thing that you go after isn't there. You got to kind of keep that offense moving.
And we're going to overtime on mat 4, tied at 1.
See who's going to be the guy that gets to wrestle Blake Fox in the finals.
And we saw it a couple years back with Avila and Downey, right? We saw Avila coming in with 3 state titles, going for his 4th, gets a 5-0 lead. Downey walks him down, and Downey now on the Panther train, and is one of the top 7 ranked guys in the country.
Oh, was that the near fall right at the end of the match? What was that? In the finals?
Oh yeah,
right. Got the near fall points right at the end.
Yeah,
and won the match and stopped before time.
In on a shot here. What's going to happen?
Number 6, Class 2A, 165 semifinal.
15 seconds left.
Up on mat number 1.
Can he get this finished?
126, Consolation. Toby Pfizer, Bonder and Farrar.
First overtime. He's going to have to get that ankle free, or at least clear that knee line.
Now up on mat number 1, Consolation.
That's close to a takedown, and they said nope.
They're going to run out of time.
Ran out of time.
Still not settled on mat 4 between Brisker and Walsh. Trying to earn the right to face Blake Fox in the 2A 150 final tomorrow night.
Over here on mat 3, we got Decorah. William Fullhart just took a 3-0 lead over the West Delaware Manchester wrestler, Gudenkoff. First period, 1:18 left. Now 3-1. Fullhart's the son of Lee Fullhart, a former outstanding wrestler from the University of Iowa.
So we got a stoppage here on mat 4.
Now wrestling on mat number 2. Consolation.
Tied at 1. They're going into a second overtime.
Waverly Shellrock, Joy Cahill, Waukee Northwest.
Fullhart up 6-1 on mat 3. 3-1 on mat 6 with White of Denver over Collins of West Liberty, and no score yet on mat number 5. Christian Dunning and Casey Curran. Dunning of Clear Lake, Curran of Mount Vernon.
Bowden White down here with a 3-1 lead on mat number 6. He's a state champ.
Our 165-pound matches tonight are presented by Iowa Bankers Association.
Walsh is going to choose down after Brisker deferred to start this overtime period. Brisker trying to put on a tough ride.
Walsh in the black and orange singlet, Brisker in the black and gray singlet.
Oh, and he gets the reversal. That was big. That's a big reversal right there, because if he can ride him out here, He's going to have to keep on him, though. He's got 5 seconds left to stay.
Got turn and kick.
He's going to get it done.
All right, so now we got into the next period, and you're going to see now he's probably going to definitely not want to get caught in a reversal. If anything, he's going to give an escape.
Full heart just going to work up there. Very workmanlike. Seems.
Yes, he
seems appropriate.
Yeah, when he's out there wrestling, I see a little bit of their dad in him. But definitely, I think they've been working out in the room a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think we got some more blood time here on mat number 4. Walsh and Brisker. Walsh has taken the 3-1 lead. Ben Walsh out of Sergeant Bluff, Luton.
We got a tough match down here on mat number 6, too. White ahead of Collins, 3-2. We're a little over halfway through this, about halfway through this match. And that's going to be a close one, too, it looks like.
Yeah, White going for his 2nd state title. He's a senior out of Denver, Iowa.
And White's got a 52-0 record this year. He's definitely had a lot of matches this year, and he's unblemished with his 52-0 record.
Brisker cuts him. Now he's going to be looking. It's 4-1, 25 seconds. He's looking for some underhook opportunities, firing off attacks.
He's going to have to watch here. I was going to say they're going to call him for stalling. You get out on that outer edge and you don't circle back. He doesn't want to keep. He doesn't want to make the stalling call here to. They've only got. It's kind of down to the end now.
Yeah. One of the things I am seeing with some of these young people is in these close situations, there's no maybe here's my go-to setup, here's my go-to attack. This is what I do in crunch time.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that they can probably go back to the drawing board and work on. It's like, okay, if there's 30 seconds left, it's not going to be pretty, right? It's not going to be some clean, beautiful setup that you hit. Like, it's going to be rapid fire. You're shooting, you're disengaging, you're engaging, you're disengaging, you're snapping, you're engaging, and you're looking for something to kind of fall into something. You said the chain wrestling, right, Chad?
Yeah. But like you said, you've got to have your go-to when it gets crunch time. You've got to have that move, the one you've hit 1,000 times in practice, the one you've hit 1,000 times in matches, and that's what you have to be able to go to in those situations.
Well, on match 6, Collins, the 5 seed out of West Liberty, 42-5, has given Bowden White all he wants here. They're in the 3rd period, 3-2. And again, Bowden White came into this tournament 52-0 and a returning state champion. Collins doesn't seem intimidated at this point.
No, he doesn't. It's a 3-2 match. White's down. He's trying to get an escape, and he actually might be working on a reversal here. We'll see if he ends up with a reversal. Yep, he got 2. He got a reversal, so now he's up 5-2. So still plenty of wrestling left. 1 minute and 12 seconds. 1 minute and 10 seconds. They end up going out of bounds. Well, they called it out at 1:07. So we got a little over a minute here left to wrestle, and it's 5-2 with Bowden White ahead of Briggs Collins. 17-6 match over there for William Fullhart on mat number 3 with about 40 seconds left remaining in that match. Dunning from Clear Lake got a commanding lead, 10-0 over Curran from Mount Vernon. 3rd period, minute 20 left.
Your 2A 157 final will be Ryan of Mount Vernon, the 1 seed. Came into the tournament 44-0, and Wheeler, PCM Monroe, came in 43-4, the 2 seed. That'll be your 2A 157 final tomorrow night.
Gudenkoff able to get a takedown. And another takedown late in this period.
Yeah, kind of made it a little bit closer match over there. It's 19-12, but Gudenkauf's got a couple of takedowns this period. He's hanging in there and going.
But he's going to run out of time. And Full Heart will be off to the finals tomorrow night.
Love to see the sportsmanship right there.
He'll have the winner of Bowden White and Collins 6-4 with 8 seconds left here. And Collins was in that, desperation mode. He had to try something there.
Tried to go for a lateral drop there with just a few seconds left. That was a close match. Didn't end up that way from him having to go for a big move, but great match there, and White pulls off the win. It'll be White versus Full Heart in that final.
Full Heart came in as the 3 seed, 38-6. White came in 52-0 as the 1 seed.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinal class 2A at 190.
And at 175 pounds, our matches are brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers Association. Iowa Pork is a proud supporter of Iowa high school athletics. And our 190-pound matches getting out there and getting going, brought to you by Delta Dental of Iowa.
Well, I tell you, over here on mat 5, Clear Lake, Christian Dunning, 13-1 lead now with just 13 seconds left in that period. He's definitely went out and showed that he has a lot of offense.
Burkhart and Crow down on mat 4, 4-1 lead. Crow got that early takedown. Hasn't been able to find any since then. Mat 3, Purdy Bieber just starting.
Now wrestling on mat number 5, semifinal class 2A, 215-pounders. Up on mat number 6, semifinal at 190.
Just getting started here on mat 6, Josh Ringler, Grinnell, and Brody Hendricks from Humboldt. 0-0. Got about 30 seconds that's kind of gone by here. They're feeling each other out a little bit. Little hand fighting. Not a lot of shots yet.
Again, there's action on all 8 mats tonight. Consolation round matches going on the outside mats. Those guys out there, it's about trying to get on that podium. Climb the ladder.
There's a reversal and maybe back points. Did he get the back points there? He did give him back points, so that gets Burkhart back in the match.
That's 7-5 now, 25 seconds to go in the second period.
Now wrestling on mat number 8, Consolation 3A, 144-pounders, Ethan Sodergren, Ankeny Centennial, Stony Wood, Indianola. Sodergren,
So Dunning of Clear Lake into the finals at 175. Waiting to see if it'll be Burkhart or Crow that he squares off with tomorrow night.
Mat number 5, we've got Kaler from Glenwood and Polking from Carroll. Kaler just gets a takedown to go out with a 3-0 lead with a minute left in the first period. Next 6, we still don't have any score, and we're kind of coming down to the end of the first period.
Crow moves up 9-5 there. Kyvan, what happened there?
There's just a big scramble down here on mat 4. Right at the end of the period, they were checking to see if there was going to be a reversal rewarded. It wasn't awarded. Crow still up by 3, 9-6.
Going into the second period on mat 6, Ringler from Grinnell and Hendricks from Humboldt, 0-0. Nobody was able to secure a takedown in that first period, so start of the second period.
Closed captioning tonight provided by Sukup. Sukup Manufacturing is the world's largest family-owned grain bin manufacturer and a proud partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
And as you travel around Iowa, you definitely see that name on a lot of grain bins, don't you?
Yeah, you sure do.
100%.
We have grain bins in Iowa? A video broadcast of Iowa High School Athletic Association state championship events are copyrighted property of the IHSAA. Reproduction or retransmission of these broadcasts without the express written consent of the IHSAA is prohibited.
Wasn't expecting to see Purdy Bieber up on mat 3 go 0-0 into the second period. But looking for a heavy ride right here from Purdy. Oh, is that that's reversal?
Nothing?
Ooh.
Or did he get the reversal?
Definitely got the reversal.
Yeah,
I don't know if he got the second one.
So Bieber goes up 2-0 there.
Crow gonna have to stay intelligent here. Oh! He's looking for a reversal. Burkhart. Crow able to extend the position. Oh, he looked like he was.
It looked like he had the reversal and then he kind of lost position again. 3-2 match on mat 6. Hendricks from Humboldt with a 1-point lead over Ringler from Grinnell. It's a tight match over here. They've been there's been a bunch of times where it looks like somebody was going to score and they haven't been able to capitalize on it, so it's still kind of a low-scoring match, but there's been quite a bit of action.
Burkhart did finally get the reversal, but time's going to run out, and it's going to be Crow who punches his ticket to the finals to face Dunning. Crow of Minneapolis, Dunning of Clear Lake. Your Class 2A 175 final is set for tomorrow night. Your 215-pound matches are presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Kaler from Glenwood over there with a 14-0 lead on mat number 5. Halfway through the match.
Semifinal Class 2A 215-pounders. Gavin Muller, Osage, Jackson.
We've still got the Class 3A semifinal round to come tonight. As 4 mats dedicated to semifinal action. That's the first time we've had that here at the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Tournament.
Constellation, Trenton Byers, Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, Cameron Bennett, Valley, West Des Moines. Byers, Council Bluffs,
Mat 6, Hendricks still leading 3-2 over Ringler from Grinnell. 1:40 left in the third period. Oh, now Hendricks just gets an escape, so it's 4-2. Takedown still can win this match for Ringler. Close match over here.
Ringler out of Grinnell. Now this has been a good one. Hendricks the 2 seed, Ringler the 6 seed.
We might have a pin over here on mat number 5. That's a pin. For Kaler from Glenwood, he was up 14-0 and was able to secure a pin. Punch his ticket into the finals tomorrow night.
And he'll have either Muller or Anderson. No score yet there. Just getting rolling here about 30 seconds in on mat number 4. Gavin Muller from Osage and Jackson Anderson from Mount Vernon. Muller the 3 seed, Anderson the 7 seed.
Muller broke his ankle in football this fall season, so he's coming off a broken ankle.
Oh, wow.
And his brother won state at heavyweight a couple years ago. Do we know who another 4-timer was from Osage?
Oh, boy.
Well, Schwab being one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Schwab.
Okay, yeah. That's the, Miller looking to solidify his spot in the finals. Oh, that's tight. That is tight.
And he got it done.
4 seconds left right now for Hendricks and Ringler.
So Muller's the 3 seed. Anderson was the 7 seed. He upset Rogers in the quarterfinals 17-8. But Muller stops that run for Anderson, and he will face Kohler in the finals at 2A 215. Our heavyweight matches are presented by Musco Lighting. We will be taking a break after the heavyweight matches, and then it's 3A action set to hit the mat Guys, that 3A 126-pound class might be the highlight class. You're going to have 4 guys we'll see in the semifinals tonight that are all Division I level wrestlers. That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a tough competition in that class for sure. That's probably one of the, I mean, there's definitely some tough brackets up and down, but that's definitely got to be one of the toughest.
Semifinal 2A, 285, Lane Kleppy.
Mat 3, Purdy up 5-2 on Bieber.
Solon, Kleppy.
That's a 190-pound weight class.
Solon, now wrestling on mat number 6, semifinal at 285.
Mat 5, Fleshman from Alburnett with a 3-0 lead over Kelso.
The 2026 Iowa High School Athletic Association State Wrestling Tournament is presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Proud to support the student athletes across the state.
Purdy able to get that 5-2 lead, holding on to it with intelligence. Just got hit for a stall call, though.
We've got a Feuerbach from Solon with a 3-1 lead over Kleppy from North Fayette Valley. First period, 3-1. Got a takedown and then an escape. Mat 6. Minute left in the first period.
Bieber gave it all he had. Congratulations to Maximus Purdy.
So Purdy into the finals at 190.
He'll be going against Brody Hendricks at the 190-pound final for 2A 190.
Hendricks out of Humboldt, and Purdy out of Davenport Assumption. Purdy came in 31-3. Hendricks 50-1, but Purdy's the 1 seed. Hendricks is the 2 seed.
I believe the seeding has like points added in from last year.
Yep.
To like, right.
Yeah, so the seedings aren't necessarily the rankings, right?
Right. Well, you know, I'm gonna be that guy now. Back in my day, they just put us wherever.
Yes.
Yeah, it used to be if you won your district, then you got somebody that got second from their district, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so you could be in a situation where you win your district and a phenomenal wrestler gets upset and comes in as a second place finisher in the district.
Right.
And you do not get a good draw that way.
The other thing that just happened is you might have it happened where the 1 and 2 guy in the state might have been in the same district. You just never know.
Yeah. My freshman year when I didn't make it to the state tournament, it was the 5 and 6 guys. That took 5th and 6th at state. That kept me at home on the couch.
Yeah.
It was my villain arc though.
Well, you definitely have kind of seen many sectional district combinations where they had more than a couple of guys even ranked and somebody didn't even get to go to state, but that's just kind of the way it works out sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the way the old cookie crumbles.
And that's just the way it is. Fleshman has an older brother that wrestles at the University of Iowa right now, Easton.
And he's up 4-0 over Kelso over here on mat number 5. Third period. Just getting started in the third period. Still plenty of wrestling time left.
We're coming near the end of the Class 2A semifinal round here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. First year for this under the case. You guys both wrestled at the barn, right? Did you wrestle at the barn or did you wrestle at the well?
I wrestled at the well.
Okay.
Yep, I just grew up on the barn.
Okay, so you were at the barn.
I was at the barn, yep. You know, and they definitely a little bit different atmosphere. I mean, I think both these places are incredible for wrestling. You know, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can see the match well from anywhere, and once they're packed with people, they're both great places to wrestle.
Feuerbach of Solon got the fall over Kleppy. of NFV, so he's waiting to see if he'll have Fleshman or Kelso. Feuerbach came into the tournament 43-2, the 2 seed. Fleshman 51-2, the 1 seed. He's up 7-0 on JT Kelso, who came in as the 5 seed out of Clarion Goldfield Dow's.
Just got about 30 seconds left in this third period, and he's kind of got him broken down. He's not really able to, he hasn't really been able to build a base and get up from the bottom. With 20 seconds left remaining in this period now.
And another point there is Kelso hit with a stalling. Well, it's 8-0 Fleshman now with 10 seconds left. And it is going to be Fleshman and Feuerbach in the finals at 285 Class 2A. And that is how the semifinal round of the Class 2A will come to its close. Well, guys, we've got an entire class left to go. I feel like we're just getting warmed up. I think we're going to see some phenomenal matches in that Class 3A as that semifinal class will take to the mats when we come back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
It's the simplest expression, the smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up, apologizes, and welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
In our hometown, connections are personal, and trust is important. At Northwest Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're your neighbors. We're proud to give back to the communities we call home, supporting local businesses, schools, and the causes that matter most to you. Founded on integrity and honesty, we focus on relationships rooted in trust and care. Northwest Bank. We are commitment you can bank on.
Need money for college? Our scholarship registration is quick and easy. ISL Education Lending Scholarship is open to both students and parents. Visit iowastudentloan.org/award for details. Multiple awards are available, and you'll learn valuable financial literacy tips as part of the process. Register online today for your chance to win $1,000.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's must go.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapito, Kyman Gadsden getting set to head into the Class 3A semifinal round. We talked a little bit about that 126-pound class that features 3 guys, Division I wrestlers. Eddie Woody is the #1 seed there. He's just a freshman or sophomore, so he's not committed anywhere yet. But Vandermark is committed to ISU. Porter is a junior that I didn't have committed, but Pierce is committed. The 2 seed is committed to Northwestern University. So you got 3 phenomenal wrestlers there. But guys, you got Drayshawn Ross at the heavyweight, 3-time state champ going to Oklahoma State. We talked about this earlier. I think it'd be surprised if anybody challenges him at all. Is he possibly the best wrestler pound for pound in the field across classes?
He's a tremendous wrestler, and definitely, obviously that's why you wrestle these things. We've all seen big upsets. You have to kind of go out and do it, but he definitely has looked really tough there. He's kind of dominated his opponents, and we'll see what happens there. Kind of going back to that 3A 126, I don't want to jump around, but we got a couple of state champs in that weight class.
Yeah.
So, that's another one of those weight classes where somebody's not going to get to repeat their title.
All right, our 106-pound matches are presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa, and we are off and running in the Class 3A 126 pounds. On mat number 3, it's Newman Winfrey out of Southeast Polk. We're going to say that name a lot. IHSAA out of Fort Dodge. And then on mat 4, it's Heisinger of Dubuque Hempstead against Gannon of Dowling Catholic. On mat 5, it's Christensen of Waukee Northwest against Pelton of Waukee. And Roberty of Iowa City West and is wrestling the young man from Dowling Catholic on mat number 6. That is Walyukite out there for West Des Moines Dowling. And 113-pound match is presented by Musco Lighting. So here we go. Roberty got right to work out there, up 6-2.
Yeah, he came out with a couple of scores there real quick. We're in just 10 seconds left in that first period. But now Wahlke comes back and gets a takedown himself, so it's 6-5 to end that first period.
Wahlke the 2 seed, Roberty the 3 seed there.
Over on mat 5, we've got Christensen, Waukee Northwest, and Drake Pelton from Waukee. A couple of guys right from the same town there in this semifinals. 0-0 in first period. That's at Waukee and Waukee Northwest. That town seems to be growing all the time.
Well, Newman Winfrey is a freshman. He's the 1 seed. Came in 41-1. Beat McGonigal in the quarterfinals by fall last night.
When you got Knox Ayala there from Fort Dodge, older brother wrestles for Iowa. Tough kid as well. Got some young kids out here, you know. They're both freshmen.
Yeah,
they don't wrestle like freshmen. They definitely have got some experience.
Well, yeah, when you've been around it, you've been in the room. You know, the little brother is usually always the toughest in these wrestling families.
Yeah.
And the older brothers have been really good.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Cruz Gannon, Dowling Catholic, takes a 3-0 lead against Abe Heisinger, Dubuque Hempstead. Second period, leading 3-1.
And Wahlke has taken the lead now, 8-6 on mat 6.
Still no score on mat 5. We're about ready to round out this first period, 0-0 with Christensen and Pelton. I would imagine, being from Waukee and Waukee Northwest, they've maybe faced each other this year too.
Well, what do we got on mat 4, Kevin?
Big throw from Heisinger. Big throw, and that looks tight. He's gonna have to adjust, get his hips down, and lift that head up of Gannon. Gannon trying to come through.
A lot of time left, just over a minute.
Oh my goodness. I feel like that's only one of those things you can do at one of those lighter weights. Just got a lot of limberness to him.
Yes, he did. Looked like he was twisted in 3 directions, but he came out and he came right back into him. So
Heisinger will come out of there up 9-5 with 53 seconds to go in the opening, or in the second period there.
mat 5, Christensen, Waukee Northwest gets an escape to lead Pelton now 1-0 in the second period. Well, this is a tough match over here on mat 6. It's now Roberty and Wahlke, 8-8 to start this third period. It looked like he was, well, he's just going to give him the escape and go back neutral. So it's going to be Wahlke is going to lead 9-8 starting the third period. It's going to come down to some offensive takedowns here.
Newman Winfrey up 9-3 there on mat 3.
Newman Winfrey doing a really good job. He does a really good job running the corner. Oh, great job right there. Ayala was working on that front headlock. Newman Winfrey able to get him off balance just a little bit and blow through him.
We still haven't got a takedown here on mat 6, but boy, they've been in a bit of a scramble, and it looked like Roberty was going to get it. Now it kind of looks like Wahlke's turning the corner on him. It's anybody's game at this point. We got a minute left in this last period, and they called it a stalemate with 54 seconds left.
ahead to the third period on mat 3 with Newman Winfrey in control there, 12-3 over Ayala.
Both of these guys have been looking for opportunities. Newman Winfrey wrestling from the knee, looks to circle to the corner and then blow through, and he's done a really amazing job being able to get to those angles. Cruz Gannon, nice roll through option right there on mat 4 from Haysinger. But period's gonna run out on us.
Roberty takes the lead down here on mat 6, 11-9 with 26 seconds left in the period. He was able to secure a takedown after a number of scrambles and close takedowns by both directions. Got 21 seconds left down here.
And Knox Ayala just almost had a claw leg in option, looking for some back points. Nothing able to come of it, but it's 9-8 on mat 4 with Haysinger and Gannon.
And you've seen your Hy-Vee team scores scrolling across your screen. Your team score updates presented by Hy-Vee here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Boy, Haysinger and Gannon, 9-8. We've got a great match going there on mat 4. Why do I feel like Kyvan's going to be squirming in the chair before that was over? He's going to be trying to make a move up here.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked. I just get excited. I love wrestling.
That's a close match. We had a close match on 6 where Roberty beats Wallachite 11-9. And over on mat 5, Christensen 4-0 over Pelton. Third period, we got about 54 seconds left. Pelton's going to have to get some offense going in this last 45 seconds if he's going to try to get back in this match.
Barn burner down on mat 4. Gannon has the leg. Haysinger's looking for a switch. Gannon looking to collect, and he collects. Now he has the lower leg Turk. Amir Newman Winfrey on mat 3 is going to win 16-3 and progress to the state finals as a freshman.
Well, you can't win 4 if you don't win your first one, right? So
absolutely.
It all starts that
There's
freshman
15
year.
seconds left over here on mat number 5. Christensen still leading 4-0 over Pelton.
Mat 6 will be Prine of Southeast Polk and Lewis of Waverly Shell Rock coming out at 120 pounds. And our 120-pound matches are brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Gannon doing a beautiful job. Tight waist, staying simplistic. Looks to trip, and he's going to be advancing to the finals as well.
So Gannon of Dowling Catholic gets past Haysinger in an 11-9 final there. And he'll meet Newman Winfrey. Gannon is a sophomore.
Newman Winfrey is freshman.
Now up on mat number 5, semifinals at 126.
At mat 5, Christensen punches his ticket to face Roberty at 113 pounds. Christian is the 1 seed out of Waukee Northwest. Roberty the 3 seed out of Iowa City West. And they'll square off tomorrow night in the Class 3A 113-pound final.
So we've got mat 5, got Eddie Woody from coming up here from Southeast Polk. State champ.
Yeah.
Definitely has looked really solid this year. Sophomore, seeded number 1. This is that, getting into that weight class here we were talking about. There's going to be some real barn burner matches, I think, in this one.
Vandermark committed to Iowa State. Our 126-pound matches are brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all. All right, so mat 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Xander Mans comes out, gets to his attack, and is able to slap like a half cradle on Walsh and comes away with the fall.
Mans was the 7th seed out of Lewis Central. And he's going to the finals. Will he face Prine or Lewis? They're on mat number 6. Lewis out of Waverly Shell Rock up 1-0 on Prine from Southeast Polk.
Now wrestling mat number 7, consolations at 175.
All right, mat 3, Woody and Vandermark underway. Or mat 5, rather. Woody and Vandermark, keep your eyeballs peeled there.
Number 1 versus number 4 seed, Vandermark from Ankeny Centennial.
Now up on mat number 3, your semifinal bout at 132. Jake Knight.
Down here on mat number 6, Lewis is ahead 1-0 over Prine from Southeast Polk.
Your semifinal bout, mat number 3 at 132.
0-0 on mat 4, Porter and Pierce. Pierce, a former state champion.
He's going to Northwestern University.
Again, that's just that weight class. We've got a couple of state champs in there.
Did you see that scramble?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he went dump right there, and Porter kept the front headlock, rolled it through. And freestyle would have been a different score, but this is folk style. Iowa high school wrestling, baby.
Still no score over there for Woody and Vandermark. 30 seconds left in the first period.
Eddie Woody Jr., or Eddie Woody, is 34-2 on the year coming into this tournament. Got the win over Keller in the quarterfinal by fall. Vandermark was an 8-3 win over Cahill. Vandermark came in at 33-6.
Still a 1-0 match on mat 6. We're in the third period.
We got a 132-pound match going on mat 3. 132-pound weight class brought to you by Iowa Pork.
Jake Knight jumping out to a quick takedown. Looking for some options right there.
Jake Knight is a 2-time state champ looking for his 3rd title.
And he's committed to Illinois.
Yeah.
Going to be a Fighting Illini. He's got Braddock.
Now wrestling on mat number 8, consolations at 2.
Out of Boone, who is the 4 seed.
Waverly Shell Rock. Bryce Williams, Waukee Northwest. Haggerty, Waverly Shell Rock. Williams, Waukee Northwest.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that changed his commitment to Illinois. There's the head coach there right now isn't currently coaching.
Okay.
He's on like an indefinite situation, so we'll see how those things play out through the course of the next month and a half.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Pierce up 101 Porter.
Knight's the son of four-timer Dan Knight. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, let's go, Braddock. Braddock said, "I'm here to scrap too." He goes and gets a takedown. And that's it was just 4 takedowns to none. That one takedown now it closes the gap. That 3-point takedown is different.
Second period, no score. Woody and Vandermark.
Number mat 6, Lewis is still leading 1-0. We're getting down to the end of this third period. And he's been able to ride him this whole period. Prine just could not get away from him. That's going to be a 1-0 match for Kipton Lewis, Waverly Shell Rock. He's going to make it to the finals with a 1-0 win.
Lewis came in as the 4 seed, 39-2 on the year, and pulls off the win to head to the finals, where he'll face Mans, who got the fall to get into the finals. That's your Class 3A 120-pound final tomorrow night. Mans is out of Lewis Central. And Lewis out of Waverly Shell Rock, going to square off at 120 pounds. And these 126-pound matches, guys, are living up to the billing. Pierce up 1-0 going to the third period there, and no score yet. Woody and Vandermark with 51 seconds to go in the second.
Yeah, they no one's been able to secure a takedown yet, so it's we're going to see right now if Vandermark can get away from Ankeny Centennial. He really kind of obviously, you know, he's been getting ridden here for about the last minute. He's going to have to really get out. That's going to be, or that could be part of the deciding factor in this match. Neither one of them so far have, you know, showed that they can get a takedown in that first period.
It's all square at one now in mat 4. Porter and Pearson at 126-pound Class 3A. Maybe the toughest weight class with those top 4 wrestlers of any out there. Vandermark just cannot shake free from Woody. 31 seconds left to go on mat 5.
He's doing everything. He's getting to his feet. He's trying to, you know, build a base and kind of get away, but boy, he's really been riding him tough. Every time he gets to his feet, he sends him back to the mat. He's definitely doing a good job of controlling him.
They go out of bounds with 12 seconds left there.
And we're climbing into short territory. 35 seconds left in mat 4. Porter versus Pierce. Still 1-1.
Porter in the, what do you call that, like navy blue singlet there. Pierce in the green singlet.
Yes. And this is like those battles from the early 2000s. Lewis Central, Iowa City West, Iowa City High, those programs.
We got a stall call now.
They're going to overtime. Bonus wrestling on mat 4. Porter and Pierce. Pierce has won a state title.
Overtime at the, where were we at?
The Case.
Overtime at the Case.
There you go. They're trying to make a case to get to the finals.
I like what you did right there. Mat 3, Jake Knight still up 13-7. Been able to put a tough ride on Braddock from Boone. And all the matches that are up on the board right now, they're looking more like high-level college matches. It's very technical, low scoring.
Yeah, we've got definitely got some close competition here. What's going to happen in this scramble over here on mat 4?
And that will do it.
Porter from Lewis Central comes away with a 4-1 victory in overtime.
And Pierce will not capture his second state title, but what a match that was. We knew it was going to be, and it lived up to the billing. A real ticker tester went into overtime, and Porter will look to see, will it be Woody or Vandermark? Woody was able to ride Vandermark out, and now gets the escape.
That's going to give him a 1-0 lead. We've still got 1:45 left in this period. See who can capitalize on a takedown here, and Woody's got to do a good job of circling in here, because whenever you're leading, if you start getting pushed out of bounds, they're going to start calling for stalling. So
Vandermark, an Iowa State commit. Kyvan, what do you know about this young man? Going to go to your alma mater.
Yeah, well, when I talked to Coach Jay Groth about him, he's like, he's a kid that's a mat rat. He loves being in the room, does everything right, lives how he wrestles, and just is extremely disciplined, great grades. And so it sounds like someone that's going to be a great add for the Iowa State Cyclones.
Iowa City West,
We got 1 minute to go. He trails by 1.
It's been a tough match over here. These two have been doing a lot of hand fighting, a lot of physical hand fighting, snaps, moving each other around a lot. He's going to have to turn it up here, though, and get a little more offense going. I think if he does, he might be, looks like he's kind of might be able to get some stalling calls because he's really putting the heat on him. But Woody's hanging in there and fighting with him. So it's an interesting match right now, but he's kind of pushed him out a couple of times.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he another one comes, so he got 35 seconds. The recognition right here for Woody is reattacks. For Vandermark, it should just be create shots, create shots.
Yep.
And I've heard a lot of good things about Woody too, just in terms of who he is as a person, grade-wise, and just discipline and all those different things. So right here, 20 seconds left. It doesn't. You recognize you don't have to score. You just have to create opportunities. Just continue to fire off shots.
He's got to stay in there and create some angles. You know, don't let him push you backwards. We saw Woody wrestle at the state dual championships, and he's a tough kid. He really had some good matches.
Woody's going to win that 1-0. He did get a stall warning. Vandermark certainly put Woody in a position where there was an opportunity. I mean, it was questionable, I think, whether or not there could have been a second stall come out. You'd have to think the official doesn't want to get involved if they don't have to. But Woody, who was a state champ as a freshman, now goes to the finals as a sophomore. But guys, Kyvan, you had a close eye on that match, Pierce and Porter, maybe one of the highlight matches of the whole night.
Yes.
Porter's going to give Woody all he wants, that's for sure.
Oh, he's gonna scrap. He has this low stance. He stays in really solid position, right? And he's going to look to move forward and control the center of the mat.
Well, your 126-pound final in the Class 3A will be Eddie Woody, the #1 seed, sophomore of Southeast Polk, returning state champion, against Porter, Weston Porter of Lewis Central, who is a 3 seed. And Weston Porter is a junior. That's your 126 3A final tomorrow night. Right now on map 4, Trevino up 9-2 in that match over Gilgee. Trevino out of Bettendorf, Gilgee out of Bondurant Farrar. On map 5, Simons out of Dowling Catholic, and DeSalvo, Nico DeSalvo, he's an Arizona State commit. He's the real deal.
He's a 2-time state champ, and this is a tough bracket too. It's just another one that's a tough bracket. He's a 2-time state champ, and he's seeded #2 in this bracket. So, you know, this is another one of those brackets got a lot of tough kids in it. Trevino, Bettendorf over on mat 4, now up 13-2 in the second period. He's definitely pulling away.
Not Trezino, I apologize. Those are the ones that were at Bettendorf when I was there. Did you wrestle with
No,
Mark?
but I knew some of the Trezinos,
with Mark. But Trevino going to wrestle at Davidson College with Nate Carr Jr.
Over here on mat 5, DeSalvo and Simons. DeSalvo goes up 6-2 first period. Trying to get another takedown now. Trying to finish her in a bit of a scramble over here, but he ends up getting the takedown. That puts him ahead 9-2.
Your 138-pound matches are brought to you by Delta Dental of Iowa. Choose Delta. Coverage from people who know what matters to Iowans. Delta Dental of Iowa in the 144-pound weight class. Matches are brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Match 6, Arroyo 4-2 lead over Van Zelderen from Dallas Center Grinds.
Oh, man.
Jake Knight at 132 was a 17-8 winner there over Braddock. He'll be going for his 3rd state title. Waiting to see if it'll be Van Zelderen or Arroyo. And it is going to be Arroyo out of Urbandale, who is the 2 seed in that bracket. So 1 versus 2 at 132 Class 3A.
Trevino with some beautiful sweep singles. Gets to the corner. He's able to collect on Gilgy. Then you got Mat 3, Oberbrockling and Jamon Mogard. Mogard, a freshman.
Oberbrockling, the #1 seed in the bracket. He's a senior from Southeast Polk. Another one that's been, you know, a consistent wrestler for Southeast Polk this year, amongst many of their consistent wrestlers.
144-pound weight class is a tough place for a freshman. That's the real deal. You're going to go up against a lot of upperclassmen. Oberbrockling is a senior going up against the freshman Mogart.
Yeah. You know, the one thing about Mogart is that kid probably has to be one of the strongest kids at the weight class, though. He's a CrossFit, like, he's ranked top 10 in the country in CrossFit.
Really?
Yeah, his dad owns a CrossFit gym up in Ames, Iowa, State 35 CrossFit. So he has to be one of the strongest, fittest kids. Didn't start wrestling until like 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
He caught on pretty quick.
Yeah, he did. He's only been doing it a few years at it.
like has that body awareness you get from all the gymnastics, the rope climbing, all those different things. Like, and then it's like, all right, I know how to move my body. Now just teach me some technical pieces. And I already do everything probably at a crazy pace, you know, crazy rate.
Well, you're into the MMA. Kevin, we talked a little bit earlier about the effect of that on wrestling with the popularity of that. So what do you see there? And you talked about some similarities, but it's a different deal. But how much does your wrestling help you in that? And how have you seen that affect this sport?
Well, it's one of those things where some of the things that you learn from wrestling, the work ethic, the discipline with nutrition, weight cutting a little bit, those things you can take with you. Some of the skill sets that if you bring into mixed martial arts or combat sports, grappling, jiu-jitsu, you'll end up asleep. So you don't shoot a double with your neck on the outside because someone's looking to guillotine you. You know, like you gotta definitely stay tighter and more aware in certain positions because everything that gets stopped in wrestling doesn't get stopped in MMA or jiu-jitsu. So I know Chad knows as well. Like there's just some things that can translate and some that don't, but you're starting to see a lot more of pieces from jiu-jitsu and judo find their way into wrestling rooms and vice versa. And I think it's a beautiful mixture of all of the martial arts.
Didn't get a fall down there on mat 6. Well, the other thing that you kind of learn when you kind of get into doing some MMA stuff is in wrestling we tend to lead with our faces, and when you're getting punched in the face, that usually doesn't work out the best.
It's not good.
Well, you still seem to have all your teeth, so you
I
must
have
be keeping your face out of the way.
I have that mouthpiece we talked about earlier.
Right. Well, Hutt and Wise, a flurry of action there at the end of that period. It's 3-2 Hutt going to the second period.
Third period over on mat 3, Oberbrockling leading 4-2. Southeast Polk ahead of Mogard from Ames. Been a close match over there. And DeSalvo got the win there at
DeSalvo punches his ticket into the finals at 138 pounds. And so he will have Trevino in that final 1 versus 2. DeSalvo, a 2-time state champion going to Arizona State, but he's the 2 seed as Trevino of Bettendorf is the 1 seed committed to Davidson. That should be one heck of a final at 138 tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to be that'll be you know, those 2 guys have both looked pretty tough in this tournament.
We're almost halfway home in the 3A semifinal round, nearing the end of our 144-pound weight class, which is brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Oberbrockling in on this deep. deep single, still looking to finish. Mogar trying to find a way to use that flexibility, and now he's looking to come, oh my goodness, he's looking to come around, and he's trying to snag that leg.
Only 4 seconds left, though. And he's not going to get it done. Oberbreckling will make his way into the finals. But he was challenged by the freshman in a big way. Well, here we have, as we've seen, usually our final match before we go to break turns out to be a ticker tester. And with 4 seconds left to go to the second period, we're all square at 5 here with Hutt and Wise.
Yeah, it's these guys have been back and forth. Had some scoring on the edge. It's going to be, we got 2 more minutes of wrestling here to decide who's going to win this, but it's been a close match.
And it has been a flurry of action. Every time I look down there, they're in the midst of a scramble. Somebody's on the attack.
Wise obviously going down for the third period, so he's obviously looking for escape to kind of take it up to for a 6-5 lead. But I tell you what, it looks like Hutt's was looking to get a cradle, but now he's Wise is kind of looking like he might get a reversal.
1:35 to go, third period, squared at 5. Final match before the break, so you get the full screen shot of this. Winner gets Oberbreckling in the Class 3A 144-pound final.
He's got to kind of keep improving position here. He's, he doesn't want to get this to go to a stalemate.
And that's what happened.
Escape right here is huge, right?
Yes, it is, and it's escaping, and the way these two scramble, the reversal isn't out of the question either, because they seem to definitely just get in one position to another. This kid is going for a cradle from every position.
And there's that reversal you talked about.
Yep, these two just definitely both got just enough funk that it just seems like that's just continually been what's going on, is kind of a trade in control.
50 seconds left to the finals tomorrow night for Hutt and Wise. Wise with a 7-5 lead.
Oh my, whoa.
That was a quick call. Who did he even call that?
He called that on Hutt, on bottom. I was very surprised.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't think he's not trying to get out. Now he just called it on top.
Yeah, now he called it on Wise. You got 23 seconds to go. Hutt's got to get the reversal, or he's got to get out and get a quick takedown.
Well, they both have a stall warning against him now, which kind of evens things out, but there's only 23 seconds left.
Oh, he's looking to hit through, nothing. Looking to hit through again.
6 seconds.
He's got that arm behind the back.
And Wise of Marshalltown is going to face Oberbreckling of Southeast Polk. 1 versus 2 in the Class 3A final tomorrow night. We are halfway through the Class 3A semifinal round. 7 matches still to come when we come back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. And for a limited time, try the sweet heat of our new Honey Hot Sauce. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights, only at Pizza Ranch.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Need money for college? Our scholarship registration is quick and easy. ISL Education Lending Scholarship is open to both students and parents. Visit iowastudentloan.org/award for details. Multiple awards are available, and you'll learn valuable financial literacy tips as part of the process. Register online today for your chance to win $1,000.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapital, Kyman Gatson on the call tonight. Honored to be with you here on the High B Championship Network. Well, we only got 7 more weight classes to go, guys. It's gone by fast tonight. We've seen a lot of great wrestling, and I think we've got some great stuff yet to come. Coming out here at 150 pounds, Justice Jesseroga from Southeast Polk. He's a returning state champion. He's uncommitted at this point. We saw him at the team duels, Chad. He brings a lot to the table. He'll have Peters, who defeated Johnson 10-4 in the quarters, and Peters is out of Clinton. They'll be out there at 150 pounds. And then Jorgensen and Blewett. Jorgensen out of Waverly Shell Rock, Blewett out of Indianola is your other 150-pound semifinal. At 157 pounds, Nolan Kellers out of Bondurant Farrar will have Colton Schaefer out of Oskaloosa. And Joel Hertz out of Western Dubuque will have Parker Casey out of Johnston. 150-pound matches tonight brought to you by Musco Lighting. Musco Lighting, the official and exclusive lighting partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And 157-pound matches brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Jesseroga jumps out to a 6-1 lead out there on mat 3. 6-2 now. He let him go again. He's obviously wanting to keep things on his feet. He's got a lot of offense. Got a big start out there.
Well, he's the youngest one of, I think, 2. Had 2 older brothers that were awesome. And as he grabs another takedown.
Yeah, he definitely got some pretty slick takedowns. Keeps him moving. Keeps a lot of offense going on. Another takedown over there for him. 12-3 start. First period. Nolan Fellers on mat 5. Bondurant Farrar 3-1 lead over Schaefer of Oskaloosa. And Casey from Johnston with a 3-0 lead over Hirsch from Western Dubuque.
That time on mat 4 with Blewett and Jorgensen.
And they are going to head to the second period. It looked like for a moment Jesseroga might put him away in the first period there, but they'll head to the second period on mat number 3, 150-pound Class 3 semifinal.
Going down, going to the bottom. He wants to make sure he keeps that offense going in his direction. That way, look, now he's up 13-3. So that's just one of those tactical things that you want to keep doing whenever you're kind of getting out there and scoring points. Is don't give that guy a chance to score any points. That was a good move on his part. Now he's going to get right back on his offense on his feet.
So, talk to me about, you wrestled both Terry and Tom Brands. We keep an eye on that action, but there Jesseroga's going to get that, and that'll do it, right?
He's up by 13 now.
Okay, so he needs another couple of points to wrap that up. But what was the difference in their styles? Not only you wrestled them in state final matches, but then you had to deal with them in the Hawkeye wrestling room.
Oh, I would say their styles were similar for sure. Yeah, I mean, they definitely wrestled with each other every day of their lives growing up. So I think they had very similar styles for sure. Jesseroga up 16-4 now on mat number 3.
Yep.
We got some closer matches. Fellers 4-1 over Schaefer from Oskaloosa right now in the second period. Casey from Johnston 4-0 over Hurst from Western Dubuque on mat number 6. Halfway through that match.
Oh, great athleticism right there from Peters.
Looks like that's the match for Jesseroga.
That'll do it. Jesseroga will head to the finals to try to become a 2-time state champ. He'll face Jorgensen or Blewett. No score in that one, just started in the second period.
Fellers now from Bonnet Far with a 7-1 lead over Schaefer from Oskaloosa.
1-0 down on mat 4. Blewett's up.
Kevin, did you have anybody in high school that was kind of an arch rival or somebody that you matched up with a handful of times that was always a good tussler?
Yeah, and I lost to him every single time. Okay. It was Michael Kelly.
Okay.
Michael Kelly from Cedar Falls. He went on to wrestle at the University of Iowa. I jumped around weight classes, so I started at 125 as a freshman, went to 145, then went to 171, and then 189. So I didn't have anyone that stayed on that progression with me, but Michael Kelly, our sophomore year, he beat me 4 times that year. So he has, he has a third of my high school losses. Yeah, he was a menace.
Does he at least send you a Christmas card every year or anything?
He doesn't. But his dad, Sean Kelly of Black Hawk Roofing Company, is absolutely awesome. He supports me on my MMA journey, and he always had. That's the thing. When you talk about the clubs, Chad, we had the USA Mat Club in Cedar Falls, and so Michael and I would wrestle in the season together, and then we would go wrestle in the off season together and continue that like rivalry, but just like as practice partners. So it's like when you, again, support and being around the right people, it was like, hey, we got these 2 kids, let's help them get better. And then we had more teammates that came as well.
And as you know, that's one thing, is you get a bunch of those good kids in the same room, you're all there for the same reason, and so it just it makes you a lot tougher wrestlers for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Casey is about to put this thing on ice here, up 14-0 over Hirsch of Western Dubuque. Casey out of Johnston, he's the 2 seed. Fellers the 1 seed. Fellers up 7-2 on Schaefer out of Oskaloosa. Fellers is out of Bondurant Farrar. That's the 157-pound weight class. We're in the Class 3A, making our way through the semifinals. All of the consolation stuff is wrapped up. So we're down to 4 mats of action here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. And our state tournament is presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mat 3, we're getting ready to start out here with Crossan from Indianola and Green from North Scott. You got Crossan, who is a state champ, returning state champ. Actually, he's committed to Nebraska.
Yeah, he's going to be a Cornhusker.
Now Fellers has opened it up a little bit on mat 5 here, 10-2.
Green came out right away and fired off a beautiful single, and Crossan was able to just kind of just really show a lot of mat awareness and great hips, and wasn't allowing him to advance, and got that takedown off of it.
Well, Casey will win it 14-1, and he will head to the finals. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Fellers, and Schaefer's going to have to pull off a big move here.
Yeah, he's up 10-2. Pretty commanding lead, riding him.
He's going to run out here. So your Class 3A 157-pound final will be Fellers out of Bondurant Farrar, who came into this tournament 42-1, the 1 seed. Casey out of Johnston, who came in 31-2 into this tournament. A junior facing the senior Fellers in the Class 3A 157-pound final tomorrow night.
Crossing up 3-1 over Green on mat 3. Got 49 seconds left in this first period.
165-pound matches tonight, presented by Iowa Bankers Association. And our closed captioning tonight is brought to you by Sukup.
Miller, Carlisle, Miras, Linmar. This is your semifinal bout.
And that match just got tight on mat 4. Jorgensen and Blewett. 5-3, Blewett's up from Indianola. His teammate Matt Crossan is on the mat right across from him, mat 3, and he just grabbed another takedown. Is up to a 6-1 lead.
We're in the third period there with that Blewett-Jorgensen match, and that's a big one to see who's going to go against Jess Roga.
Yeah. Training partners. Blewett in on the attack. He's able to collect. Gets the 3-point takedown. 20 seconds left.
Looks like Blewett is going to be the one to face Jess Roga in the final at 150 pounds, Class 3A. So you're going to have Southeast Polk taking on Indianola.
Mat 5, Miller from Carlisle, ahead of Miras from Linmar, 3-1. Minute 19 left in the first period.
And on mat 6, you've got Rachi of Ankeny against Brown of Fort Dodge. Rachi the 3 seed. And Brown came in as the 10 seed. Beat Hawk Irwin, the 2 seed, 6-5 in the quarterfinal to get to this semi.
Brown out of Fort Dodge. Another town that's had some great wrestling over the years. A lot of outstanding wrestlers came out of Fort Dodge.
Maximus Double, Ankeny Centennial. Bell, Iowa City Liberty. Double, Ankeny Centennial, semifinal bout.
Crossan kind of opening things up over there on mat number 3, 9-2 now over Cole Green from North Scott.
Mat 4 now will be Landon Bell out of Iowa City Liberty and DeBolt out of Ankeny Centennial. Maximus DeBolt, 2 seed DeBolt, 3 seed Bell squaring off, and DeBolt went right to work. He's up 3-0 there on mat 4.
Crossing up on mat 3. Oh man, they just landed over on mat 4. Crossing, picking up the intensity.
He's opened up a little more of a lead there with 15-3 as well.
Yeah, 50 seconds left in period 2 there. Crossing well in control. Miller and Miras on mat 5. 3-1 Miller.
It's 3-1, but they were getting after it. There was some pretty good scrambling and some tie-ups. It looked like maybe they were going to go upper body for a little while. I have a feeling they're gonna keep scoring over there because they really were getting after it that period. The scoreboard doesn't reflect the action.
Another takedown, 18-5. Crossing, pouring it on.
Crossan hoping to capture his 2nd state title. And he will get a chance tomorrow night as he punches his ticket to the 165-pound finals match tomorrow night in the Class 3A. Will it be Rachi or Brown? Rachi right now out of Ankeny up 4-0 on Brown of Fort Dodge. That's on mat 6.
Dabbled on mat 4, up 3-1.
We've got the 175-pounders out there on that mat 4. 175-pound matches tonight are presented to you by the Iowa Pork Producers Association. Iowa Pork is a proud supporter of Iowa high school athletics.
Miller just went ahead 5-1 over Mieres from Lindmar on mat 5. Minute left in the second period.
Well, this is the first time we've had 4 mats going for semifinal action, and all 3 classes in the same session. It has been an electric night, but it's just a small taste of what the finals look like tomorrow night. You guys have been there. I can only imagine what that must be like stepping out on the mat in the state of Iowa for the finals.
You know, it's as I mentioned earlier, you take one match at a time. They're all important. If you don't win the first few of them, then you're not going to be in the finals. So these kids are kind of doing that. The finals are going to be big tomorrow night. Well, we got quite a match going on over here on mat number 5. It's kind of going back and forth. Mieres tied it up 5-5. Miller goes back ahead 7-5. I mentioned earlier, these guys are definitely out here hustling and wrestling. We're going into the third period now, 7-5. Miller leads.
And Miller been ranked number 1 all season. Dabble coming off an injury. And then they competed early right off that injury at the Ed Winger. Miller was able to come out of that with the victory. And Mier's trying to shake some things up and say, hey, I'm here too.
Now wrestling mat number 3, semifinals at 190.
We're on to 190 on mat 3. Kester of Bettendorf and Esparza of Norwalk. And that is a 190-pound weight class. Those matches are brought to you by the Delta Dental of Iowa.
One of the joys I get when I get to commentate is just seeing some of my former college teammates, high school teammates being back in this realm, giving back. I think that's one of the best and most important things that I think has raised the level of wrestling in Iowa is these guys that come to school. Maybe they didn't, come from the state of Iowa, but they stayed here afterwards. Now they're involved in these high school programs, the kids club, and so it's just raising the level of the state overall. I think that's one of the joys I get is seeing not only my college teammates, but also, University of Iowa, Wartburg, UNI, Co-College, Cornell, Pella, all those places, people get back involved and find ways to give back to the sport.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's some outstanding credentials out coaching some of these wrestlers for sure, and that's why you're seeing some of the wrestling that's going on in the state of Iowa right now.
There's 4 near fall for DeBolt. Ankeny Centennial well in control there over Bell. 16-4, 26 seconds left in the second period. And DeBolt looking to close that out early with the tech fall.
Over on mat 5, Miller up 10-5 now over Mieres from Lindmar. Rachi 10-1 over Brown now on mat 6. Minute left in the third period. He's opened that up a little bit on mat number 6.
And DeBolt, who is committed to Iowa State, he already has a state championship under his belt. Miller, who's up 10-5, has a state championship under his belt, committed to Northwestern University. So we could have a couple of guys going for their second state title matching up tomorrow night at 175 Class 3A. That'll be one to watch if it happens. But it's not over on mat 5.
You mentioned DeBolt was coming off of an injury, and he's only got about 15 matches total this year, so he's kind of had a shortened season.
Now wrestling mat number 4, semifinals at 190.
Well, it's 10-6 with 50 seconds to go on mat 5 in that match between Jackson Miller of Carlisle and Barrett Mieres of Lindmar.
Now 10-7.
Yeah. So want to keep an eye on down there on mat 5.
This is what's your go-to attack?
Yeah, because Mieres definitely needs a takedown here. He's got 20 seconds left to do it.
Nice go.
Go behind, yeah.
Beautiful head hands right there from Miller.
And that is going to set it up at 175, Class 3A. Mark that one on your calendar for tomorrow night. Miller is a returning state champion out of Carlisle. Has not lost this year. DeBolt, who's the state champion out of Ankeny Centennial. And he has only lost one match this year. They're going to square off in the finals tomorrow night. Somebody's going to pick up their second state championship, and the other guy's going to obviously be awfully disappointed.
I know that. I know both of those guys have it circled. Dalbolt lost to Miller earlier this season, and so it's gonna be an exciting match to watch.
Yeah. Camden Smith, Dubuque Hempstead. Brandon Boxell.
All right, Kester is up 4-0 over Esparza right now on mat 3.
This is your semifinal ballot, mat number 6 at 215.
And on mat number
Now up on mat number 5,
4,
semifinals at 215.
Bloxham and Eagley squaring off there. No score yet. And Smith and Boxeth on mat 6. No score there yet.
Mat number 5 at 215.
We're going to get into the 215-pound weight class, and that's brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau. You notice we haven't done the Musco Spotlight Wrestler yet. Wonder who that's going to be.
In 3A, I don't know who they would put that on.
Who would you possibly pick there, I wonder?
You know, one of the other cool things that I get to, like, down on mat 4, we got Bloxham and Egley. And in 2015, March 30th, 2015, I got a letter sent to me at Iowa State. And it goes, from Jesse to Kyvan, I want some ice cream too. Congratulations, Kyvan, you deserved it. You worked for it, and that throw works. I think everyone knew that you were going to do that throw when you had the under-over. And that's from this young man right here down on mat 4 who's trying to compete for an opportunity to be in the state finals. Those things just warm my heart.
Absolutely.
Now, are there sprinkles on the ice cream for you?
I'm not a sprinkles guy.
Okay.
Sprinkles are for winners.
They're for winners.
I do agree with that. But I actually, in 2021, I got to debut my own flavor. It's called Championship Kyvan Dough.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a dulce de leche flavored ice cream with cookie dough, caramel, and chocolate chips. Emphasis on the chip.
Made specifically for cutting weight, right?
It's made specifically for after all of that.
I still can't believe nobody ever nicknamed you the Great Gadsden. That would have
It's
been.
not too. Is it too
yeah,
late?
I'm going with
Is
it. Man.
I was about to say you might just need to do.
Yeah,
I might need to change my Twitter handle or
the
X.
Great Gadsden.
Mat 5, we have Lincoln Jip from Bettendorf taking a commanding lead over here, 12-3 over Blanchard from Lewis Central. First period, he's been able to go out and kind of do a little bit of just takedowns, let him go, takedowns. Now he's going to, looks like he's going to try to ride him out here for the last little bit of the first period, keep him down so we can keep that 12-3 lead going into the second period.
He is the 1 seed, has not lost a match this year. Blanchard, the 5 seed, came into this state tournament at 30-6.
Kester from Bettendorf, those two obviously are, 190 and 215. I'm sure that's a tough room for them to kind of work out. And he's leading 7-0 over Esparza from Norwalk.
7-3 now.
Now 8 threes.
8-3 now. Camden Smith, Dubuque Hempstead. 45 seconds left in the second period. Leads 13-1 over Bogseth.
And he got the. Did he get the fall?
Looked at another map for a second. I don't know if he got. I don't know if he got a fall or if he got the technical fall.
I think he got the fall down there. Either way, he's going to the finals to take on Jip. So your Class 3A 215-pound final will be Lincoln Jip of Bettendorf. And he will be taking on Smith, Caden Smith from Dubuque Hempstead.
Coming up on mat number 3 is going to be Deshaun Ross from Fort Dodge.
And that is our Musco Spotlight Wrestler in the Class 3A. Musco Lighting, the official and exclusive lighting partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And this young man going for his 4th state title and going to Oklahoma State. And, man, he is the real deal.
I tell you what, you just watch his quickness that he has for a heavyweight wrestler. It just it makes it really tough for some of these other guys to keep up with that speed.
Well, he had a tech fall in 56 seconds earlier in his tournament, and it's, I believe, the record for fastest tech fall in the history of the Iowa High School State Tournament, and he's going after that right here, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Snaps, gets those, once those hands touch the mat, he does an amazing job changing directions.
And you know, obviously the one thing is he got just a few kind of snap downs and go behinds, but then that opened up other stuff to where he could really get in on some shots, and that's, you get a few takedowns ahead of somebody and they start to make more mistakes.
Yeah.
So you talked about his quickness. What else do you like about this kid?
He's definitely a goer. I mean, he gets out there and just gets after it. You don't see him sitting back and coasting on a lead or anything. He's just very offensive. He really is just a scoring machine. And well, you just saw the
minute 9. He took care of that in a minute 9. And that is our Musco Spotlight Wrestler in Class 3A. Thank you to Musco. So we are down to our final semifinal match here on mat 5. Henry Moore of Waukee Northwest against Brady Hagan of Dowling Catholic. Brady Hagan is up 7-0 in this one. Wrestling started about 5:07 tonight. 8:39 right now, so moved through this session pretty quickly tonight. Saw some great wrestling.
I love this setup.
Yeah, it was electric in here most of the night.
And it's just nice you could kind of sit in one session, get to watch these incredible semifinal matches, watch who's going to set up for these big matches in the finals tomorrow night.
Constellation semifinals, Class 1A, 2A,
The Iowa High School State Wrestling Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Thank you.
Put on by the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
That's the end of the first period over here on mat number 5 with Hagan leading Moore 7-1.
I could even see next year if you wrestled that that extra match tonight, so those side matches wouldn't be done yet, and then you just have the Conti semis in the morning, and then you do that Conti semis round, boom, right away. Then you do those placing matches to knock it out.
Yeah, and I don't know how much longer that would take for kind of throwing that extra match over there, but they definitely finished up with each class, you know, a handful of weights ahead of the semis.
Yeah.
I think all in all, got to be very pleased, though, like I said, with the way this format went. This was a great night of wrestling. I think the fans had a blast.
Beautiful format. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here with you guys, calling this wrestling.
Well, and we've all been around the Iowa High School Athletic Association state wrestling for a very long time. It's always been well ran. It continues to be well run, no matter what location that they've kind of had it at, you know, the barn and then over in this arena. And always get to see some incredible wrestling.
Well, it's one of the premier sporting events in the entire country, is the Iowa High School State Wrestling Tournament. It has been an absolute honor to be here. Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapital, Kyvan Gatson, the great Gatson.
8-1, Hagan leads Moore here in mat number 5, second period, about 30 seconds left. Kind of they're locked up in a chance for a throw there, and Yeah, that could go either direction sometimes, especially with heavyweights.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the winner gets the honor of facing Ross in the final tomorrow night. Drayshawn Ross out of Fort Dodge will go for his 4th state championship. He won by tech fall and then by tech fall. So he has not been challenged at all. And it'll be a tall task for either one of these guys, but you want that honor. I mean, you want to be there on Saturday night.
A little less action here, kind of going on Matt. Towards that second period, and Hagan can open this up a little bit and get a major here, or Moore is going to have to kind of get some offense going and get back in this match.
Your team score updates tonight have been brought to you by Hy-Vee. Instant replay has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. We're on the Hy-Vee Championship Network as they continue to support our student athletes across this state. Always quick to get back to the communities they serve and the communities that support them. So we appreciate Hy-Vee. You know, there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
In every aisle.
That's right.
And if you wear your mouthpiece, you can keep that helpful smile.
It might make it more memorable if you don't, though. You got some guys in the gym that don't have some of those teeth. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I have 2 mouthpieces.
8-2 match over here with 1 minute and 5 seconds left.
You know, the bright side is you don't really need teeth to eat ice cream. So if you ever did lose any,
that's fair.
You'd still be all right on
I'd be good
on the ice cream.
Except for the cookie, though. I might make it.
You might need a little there. Well, if they come out with a new flavor for you, a second flavor, I want you to call it the Great Gadsden.
Okay, I like that. Fairway, you hear them?
38 seconds left, and it's 8-2 Hagen. Moore's going to have to try something here. Moore out of Waukee Northwest, Hagen out of Dowling Catholic.
Down to the final 20 seconds of this match. Kind of got a little more tentative here. I kind of thought, that Moore might try to open things up a little bit, but Hagen does a good job of staying in good position here. He makes it really hard to score on.
And with 6 seconds now, Hagen literally just trying to stay away and take himself to the finals. So it'll be Brady Hagen of Dowling Catholic, the junior who will face off with Drayshawn Ross out of Fort Dodge. Ross will be going for his 4th state title tomorrow night in the Class 3A 285-pound weight class. And that brings our wrestling here tonight to a close. We will take a break. We'll come back with some final thoughts and look to wrap up from the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines right after this on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
I don't get it. Why is there uneven crop emergence out here?
Great question, Jill. From what I've seen, soil compaction from your sprayers and grain carts is the likely culprit. This can hinder root penetration and emergence along field edges.
What would I do without you, Tom?
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Let's catch up later. I'm needed over in Monroe County.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed pros always show up. Channel, all in, all season.
Nice guy.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
The wrestling is all over here at the Casey Center tonight. Our semifinal round was a whole lot of fun. And we saw some great wrestling, and one of the great wrestlers we saw tonight is our quick star of the meet for tonight, and that is Keaton Moeller, a senior out of Starmount, 1A 190-pounder, and he was impressive. He's got some great credentials and well qualified to be our star of the meet tonight.
Yeah, you know, he's obviously looked really tough all year. I think he's like 42-0 on the season right now, so he's going into the finals with a perfect record. He's also going for his second state championship, so, you know, I know he wants to kind of top that off with, I believe he was a 2024 state champ.
Yeah, at 150 pounds.
And then coming back to try to win it here in 2026, he's definitely having an incredible season, that's for sure.
Missed last year. Yeah, and multi-sport athlete. You know, like I love when these guys have the opportunity to be multi-sport athletes. And I'm also a DECA student, so obviously grades and that student part of student athlete is really important to them.
Well, Quick Star's got you covered. Fuel up, grab a bite when you're on the go, and score offers with their Quick Rewards app. Get everything you need only at Quick Star. We thank Quick Star for presenting Keaton Moeller as our Quick Star star of the meet. The next broadcast will be the State Wrestling Finals tomorrow night on PBS. Tim Johnson, Jim Miller, and Sean Kinney will have the action for you tonight. Guys, a final quick thought from you on what you saw tonight.
Just some incredible wrestling, obviously. You know, there's I think Don Bosco is obviously looking incredible in 1A. They're kind of jumping ahead in that team score. I think it's going to be pretty hard for anybody to catch them for sure. But I think in 3A, of course, we've got Southeast Polk that's kind of a little bit in a similar situation. But individual matchups, there was some great wrestling tonight, and I know there's going to be some great wrestling tomorrow night.
Yeah, I love seeing the tomorrow morning session because that's when that's when the warrior in you is built, you know, because the young men that have come back from the failure, right? You've dealt with the disappointment, you've regulated, you've got to be around your people, your support system, and it's like, all right, now go get the next best thing. Do what you can, control the situations that you can. So I love tomorrow morning, and Saturday is always just a positive day of tournament time because you get those responses and you get to see what type of character people have, especially college coaches that are coming in to recruit these student athletes.
And the 2A team battle is going to be fun to watch as EBF 112.5 and 109 for Decorah. You see the Hy-Vee team score update scrolling across your screen as we set to wrap here tonight. Well, it has been an absolute honor to be here with you tonight, bringing you the action put together by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. It's the 2026 State Wrestling Semifinals presented by Farm Bureau, and it's all said and done for tonight. Finals tomorrow night. For Chad Zappro and Kyvan Gadsden and our entire Iowa Media Network production team, I'm Russ W. Oker from the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines saying thanks for watching and so long, everybody.
In our hometown, connections are personal, and trust is important. At Northwest Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're your neighbors. We're proud to give back to the communities we call home, supporting local businesses, schools, and the causes that matter most to you. Founded on integrity and honesty, we focus on relationships rooted in trust and care. Northwest Bank. We are commitment you can bank on.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
What does commitment mean? To protect what's important? To invest in the future? It means providing peace of mind. It's what reliable people do. It's what local banks do. Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are proud to be trusted partners in building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. Unwelcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.